Ashish,
Good evening, Sanjay.
am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay, okay. Okay, fine.
रंजीत सर, गुड इवनिंग. आपका ऑडियो म्यूट है.
हाँ गुड इवनिंग आशीष, कैसे हो?
Sir,
नमस्कार नमस्कार नमस्कार.
गुड इवनिंग सर. गुड इवनिंग.
हेलो रंजीत जी, वेलकम वेलकम.
हाँ मैत्री जी नमस्कार नमस्कार.
वेलकम.
कैसे हो रोहित, राकेश?
एकदम बढ़िया सर.
यस सर. सर
कैसा लॉकडाउन चल रहा है?
लॉकडाउन चल रहा है सर.
कोलकाता का क्या हाल है सर?
अभी कलकत्ता में भी केसेस बढ़ ही रहे हैं, रोज ही बढ़ते हैं. अब लोगों का कंसर्न ही खत्म हो गया है. कितने केस आ रहे हैं याद ही नहीं है.
पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ लाइफ हो गया ना. या वेलकम दमो, वेलकम वेलकम.
हेलो महेश्वरी.
वेलकम दमो.
Oh,
वेलकम वेलकम.
hello.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you are also audible.
Yes.
Okay,
You are
okay.
audible.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
So, good evening, everybody.
good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tom.
ये क्या 40 मिनट्स का है क्या? बंद हो जाएगा 40 मिनट्स में?
नहीं सर, वो रिन्यू हो जाएगा.
ऑटोमेटिक हो जाएगा क्या?
हाँ हाँ.
तो वहां पर क्या रोज अभी ऑफिस खुल रही है?
फुल डे तो नहीं खुल रही सर. 4 बजे तक का टाइमिंग दिया हुआ है. 4 बजे तक खोल लो, फिर वापस चले जाओ ऐसा.
No, it's 5 o'clock. No.
No, market area 4
Now
o'clock.
it's 5. Now it's 5.
Market is up to 2 o'clock only.
श्योर नहीं है.
Now everybody is getting used to this routine, na? We don't have any other option now.
Just at 2 o'clock, police siren blows.
Yeah, Sanjay?
Yes, sir.
Audible, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ashish,
हाँ. Yes, yes.
शेयर स्क्रीन का ऑप्शन अभी बंद कर दो.
हाँ.
जब देगा उस समय स्टार्ट कर लेना. जो स्पीकर बोलेंगे तो अभी बंद कर दो उसको.
ये तो अभी तो बंद ही है.
बंद है ना? हाँ हाँ. हम लोग रंजीत जी आपको इस बार इम्फाल बुलाने का सोच रहे थे, लेकिन ऐसा हुआ कि VCM में मिलना पड़ रहा है अपने को. लोग सोचे थे 1 साल में ग्रैंड फंक्शन करेंगे, नथिंग हैज कम आउट. अब उपाय नहीं है. जब व्हेन दिस पेंडेमिक विल एंड तब प्लान करेंगे. आप हमारे फैमिली में भी वी आर नाउ एड्रेसिंग यू एज आवर फैमिली मेंबर ओनली, ना?
यस. पंजाबी सर भी ऑफिस आ रहे हैं रोज?
No, in my residence only, I open the office.
Okay.
So I cannot go anywhere.
So you are visionary, sir. You
our
knew this
mentor,
kind
our
of
guide, our
no,
senior, everything.
you knew this kind of problem may come. That's why you have made the office home same place.
He is our guide, mentor, elder brother, whatever we call him. Hello.
Thank you, thank you.
The speaker has not joined till now, no? He'll be joining late, I suppose.
अजीत सर.
हाँ
अब वो मैंने आपको होस्ट बना दिया है.
हाँ.
आप प्लीज वो चेंज करके वापस मेरे को बना दीजिए ना, वरना वो आपको बार बार डिस्टरबेंस होगा.
वो मुझे करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, वो वहाँ पे मेरे नाम पे मोड में जाके मेक होस्ट कर दीजिए.
अच्छा.
Okay.
वो को होस्ट का ऑप्शन नहीं है क्या?
को होस्ट का ऑप्शन नहीं आ रहा, मैं भी वही ट्राई कर रहा हूँ।
तो शेयर स्क्रीन कैसे होगा?
आपके पास ऑप्शन आ रहा होगा शेयर का।
नहीं आ रहा ना, होस्ट के बिना नहीं आएगा, को होस्ट के बिना।
कोर्स तुम ऐड कर दो ना आशीष।
अभी आ रहा होगा सर।
हाँ, अब आ रहा है। ठीक है। So after this faceless assessment, department will work there.
I don't think so. They are happily enjoying.
The income tax says faceless. GST yesterday say physical verification of the premises.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Manipur IT department otherwise is also sleeping always. They are always sleeping, and then they awake only to certain circumstances.
I am apprehending that this work will be outsourced by the department to consultants.
That will be a good option, I think. Good option for us.
नमस्ते भैया।
हाँ, नमस्ते विकास, नमस्ते।
Welcome Banka ji, welcome.
Thank you sir, thank you.
We are meeting you virtually for the first time, but had the opportunity of hearing you a number of times, and
Thank you sir.
and we feel today we will be benefited by your presence here.
Thank you sir, thank you. I will try my best.
I was saying
So
to
we have
them,
heard you, we know your
Vikas,
capabilities.
I was saying to all these people because that income tax is saying faceless, and yesterday GST saying a physical verification.
Bhaiya, that is basically balancing.
Ashish?
Yes, we can start the meeting now.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
let's begin.
Participant हो गए.
So how many of
We are 17 till now, no?
no, how many of us? 17 till now.
17. All our members.
इतने ही तो है, कितने हैं यहाँ?
16-17 कुछ औरों को भी लिंक भेजे.
We are around 15 here, no, in Manipur.
Yes.
Number doesn't matter, the spirit.
Yes, yes.
The learning matters.
Yeah, learning matters, spirit matters. And in spite of all this, in spite of being a very less in number, we have been doing very well for the last 1 year. And I think Ranjeet ji would be very happy that whatever trust he has imposed, we have done justice to it. He is our mentor. He was instrumental in getting this chapter from the institute.
Should we begin and should we start?
Should we start? Rashish?
Start now, all are-
Yeah. Yes, Rashish? Should we start, Ashish?
Yes, we can start.
Okay, then we begin now. Okay. At the outset, I, as the convener of the Imphal Study Chapter, welcome all to this VCM, the first of its series, first in the series of number to come, many more to come, because now this digitization has order of the day, and we have to be familiar with this, since this COVID-19 pandemic is now still very much there to live with us, and we have to live like this for some time. So, and today is the Ganesh Chaturthi day, a very auspicious day for us. So I bring greetings to all participants, all guest speakers of this auspicious occasion. Now, this chapter, summary of the chapter. This chapter was formed last year with only 16 or 15 members of us, and our mentor and Ranjeet EIRC member is with us, and he was instrumental in getting this chapter recognized. So, sir, thank you once again to you from the core of our heart, from all of our members, for giving us the opportunity of coming together and sharing our knowledge. Thank you, sir, once again for this. We are 1 year old and we continue to gather strength now. In fact, this VCM is organized for the first time, and we hope to organize such VCMs in future for knowledge sharing, and we expect to get support of our Ranjeet ji as ever in this endeavor of ours. Now, I formally welcome all of you to this seminar, and I request our senior member KSH Kunjabi Singh to kindly deliver some words of wisdom for us, as he has been our guide, mentor, and like an elder brother to us. Sri Kunjabi Singh.
Thank you, Mr. Maheshwari. My friend, Sri Ranjeet Agarwal and Sri Vikash Banka, and my colleagues from Imphal. I am privileged asking me to deliver a small and a brief keynote. Actually, with the installation of our Imphal study circle, with a small number of members collectively started endeavoring in organizing some CP program at Imphal with a small hour of credit. We started doing it, and the young members particularly very encouraging, and they took a lot of interest in the CP program. However, unfortunately this year some unprecedented event starts. As you know, friends, with the coming of the March, normally, that means last month of the financial year, we start preparing ourselves, making our plan of action for the audit program for the next year. We start charting out our schedules for audit of different entities. But however, this year, unfortunately, the COVID-19 invaded the country. Initially, we thought that, okay, then this COVID, that will go, after hovering some time, it will go away within 2-3 months. However, instead of that, now it is a surging, increasing number of cases day by day. And we become so humble, what to do this year? What to do? And neither we could start our work, nor lost our contact with others, what to do. However, our institute has come to a rescue. With the initiative of the institute, using this time, pandemic time, for the development of our education, continuing education. So, with the encouragement of the institute, every region and the branches of every region and all study circles started the program of VCM. And our Eastern India Regional Council also continuously every week for the more than last 2 months engaged in the, say, this VCM program, attracting a huge number of the members, more than 1,000, more than 1,000 every time. It's very, very encouraging to us. And we could take use of this pandemic period. Now, this unprecedented and uneasy situation now has been averted. Now, in the line of that, this our Imphal study circle also, these young members initiated that we should have a VCM program. Why not? I also say yes. Why not? Maheshwari is very active, and other young members, though they are young, they are very active. Really amazing, I should say. And in this way, we thought of making a program of VCM, and luckily, Maheshwari rang me up, say, okay, then this program is okay now. And our Ranjeet Central Council member also has initiated a lot of things, and Mr. Banka also has agreed to be a speaker here. So it is very encouraging to us. Now, otherwise, what would happen? Because with a small number of members, if we can't organize the CP program, we had to go outside to participate in the CP program at the cost of the time and money. Now with this VCM, with a small number of hours and at the least cost, 0, we can participate in the program, but output is much higher than physical program. Much higher than physical program. Input, output, if we study, this is the best, I should say. Now today we are fortunate to have with us 2 speakers. One is Mr. Ranjeet Agarwal, who is a Central Council member, and his topic is our professional ethics. And another one is very, very controversial form, GSTR form number 9 and 9C. All the time with full of hiccups. After some time it is stabilized, then going into the hiccup. That is the one, and very interesting 2 papers. And friends, I would like to say that professional ethics, today which Mr. Agarwal is going to share with us, is our professional ethics is very robust, for which we are very proud of. No other profession in the country, their ethics is as robust as ours. And the purpose of the ethics, friends, is to enhance the welfare of the members. Welfare of the members. It isn't something just to restrict us. It is for the welfare. And we can deliver welfare to our clients only when our profession is happy. We can give happiness to others when we are happy. So now, those people who are receiving service from us through this profession and through the perseverance of ethics, the quality of profession grows. Ethics is for our protection. It is a protective gear. It is our weapon. It is our weapon. The ethics protects us. It is not going to restrict us something. Sometimes when the do's and the don'ts, when we study, some people feel that, okay, don'ts are restricting us. No, it is not. It is a guide. It is not restriction. It is a guide. Therefore, today, this complex risk of the market, in this complex risk of the market prevailing in India, and the ethics will stand in good stead to our profession. Now, in this area, our Central Council member will explain and will share his views, his expertise and his experience, and will enjoy it. And now next, as regard to the second presentation, GSTR 9 and 9C, being a new experience, initially encounter hiccups in so many areas. Everybody says that, okay, there is something wrong, no information is given, not that information cannot be paid, etc. However, with in due course of the time, some corrections might have been made, and this might have been developed in a friendly manner, but still, I don't think it is free from all those defects. But we have, though we have encountered it, in due course of time, this will be made all right, and we expect that now it will be smoother, and there are a lot of intricacies in the filling of this form. So today, our say respected member, CA Vikash Banka will explain and share with us, interact with us. We will be very free to discuss with him the intricacies in this GSTR 9 and the GSTR 9C. And we are happy to welcome him. And with these words, now I would like to end my brief note of this keynote. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, CA Kunjabji. And now we start our formal session. I request my colleague Rakesh Jain to kindly introduce Ranjeet ji to the audience, though he needs no introduction, but as is customary. So I request Rakesh Jain to come forward and do the introduction of our learned speaker to the audience.
Thank
Rakesh
you.
Jain.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon to all my fellow members in profession based in Imphal. With a special warm regards to CS Ranjeet Agarwal ji, CS Vikash Banka ji, and our senior most member in profession, Sir Kunjabi ji and Sir Maheshwari ji, who has been really instrumental in making this event happen. So we are really very happy that we have a member who is, although very senior to us, but still very enthusiastic in getting technology being adapted in our profession, especially in the state of Manipur. So I've been given an assignment in introducing today's key speaker on the subject of code on ethics. Well, this event today's event speaker needs no introduction, as sir has just said, but since it's a customary, so I'll introduce sir to our members in this VCM. So Sir Sri Ranjeet Kumar Agarwal ji is a practicing chartered accountant since last more than 2 decades. He is also a company secretary, DISA from ICAI, and a partner in NRSM and associate since last more than 20 years. So under his, he has been EIRC chairman, and under his chairmanship, the EIRC has got the best regional council award in the year 2013-2014. So he has been he was elected to Central Council, 23rd Central Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for the term 2016 to 2019, and again he was re-elected for the term 2019 to 2021. Last year, being a chairman of the PDC of ICAI, he had implemented bank branch audit software. So, and he is the one rather who has conceptualized and implemented UDIN as the chairman of PDA, a landmark reform of ICAI. So presently, he is a convener of a group constituted to implement UDIN in all SAARC countries, that is Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and Maldives. As a chairman of Ethical Standards Board of ICAI in 2019, he has revised the Code of Ethics after a long gap of 10 years. So currently he is a convener of UDIN Directorate, chairman of Capital Market and Investor Protection Committee of ICAI, and the chairman of Tax Audit Quality Review Board also. So under a social obligation, he has been attached with Lions Club, Bada Bazaar Library, JCI, Kolkata Police Traffic Warden, Friends and of Travel Societies, and many other social organizations. So once again, I welcome you, sir, on this virtual VCM. And on behalf of Imphal CPE chapter, I welcome you and I request you to deliver a lecture on code on ethics, which would really enlighten us on this subject. Thank you, sir, and welcome you.
Thank you, Rakesh. Now I formally request Ranjeet to start his discussion. Next half an hour or so, he'll be taking us through the most important topic, code of ethics. Sir, stage is yours now.
So thank you, Mahisri ji, convener of this Imphal CP chapter, very recently launched chapter last year, Ashish Jain, deputy convener, and very respected Kunjabi Singh sir. Under his able leadership and guidance, the chapter has been formed and it is working very fine in the last 1 year. This pandemic has given some problem, but some opportunities also. And that is the beauty of this profession, that Kunjabi sir is the online and deliberating virtually, which is not normally possible for the senior people. But he is enjoying, not only is participating, enjoying the online deliberation and discussion. And Institute has already rightly done this part that till December, in our opinion, till December, no physical meeting is supposed to be held. That's why this virtual CP hour will continue till December. That is the thought process of ICAI, and that is the reason this CP hour has been started giving on virtual. And earlier CP hour was not there in virtual meetings, only webinar and other were there. But now Institute has given 10 hours. It will increase to 15 hours, then 20 hours. So, in my opinion, even after lockdown, people will resort to come to the VCM instead of physical. So any students who wants to give the exam, they don't want to travel outside Imphal and they can give the exam in their hometown. So these are some of the initiative of the ICAI. Let us start with the code of ethics. Let me share my screen. So I also welcome my co-speaker Vikash Banka from Calcutta, who will speak on the GST and nitty-gritty. He is one of the most practical, versatile speaker in our region, and he is now going length and breadth of the country to deliberate on this important aspect. So friends, let's have 30-40 minutes on what is this code of ethics. We will have some of the existing code, what is there, and what are the new propositions in this new code of ethics, and then we can have the GST session. As you are aware that a member of the institute has to go through mandatory comply all these regulations, CAT regulation, various accounting auditing standard guidance note, and this code of ethics, one of the council guideline of the ICAI. When this code of ethics or code of conduct was started, when the president was CRC Cooper in 1963-64, I might be Kunjabi sir might be remembering, we were not born that point of time. So when this institute started this code of conduct, the institute says in the larger interest of the institute, the council exhorts all but to search their hearts and conscience whenever they are in doubt, and thereby ethics towards the maintenance of high principle of professional conduct established by the council. So that does not mean that before that ethics was not there. Ethics is there in about India from civilization, Ramayana, Mahabharata, so much ancient time is there. But in 63-64, the council said there must be some documentary paper or formulated the paper so that the members should practice this ethics in letter and spirit. And that's why some paper was presented in the council in 1963-64. Ethics is normally a state of mind, but our code of ethics also says whenever you are confronted with the two situations, something is legal, that is allowed in the law, but that is not ethical as per ICAI code of ethics. So the member of the institute should not resort to practice those kind of things which are maybe legal but not ethical as per ICAI, because we have the highest level of ethical standard in ICAI which are more stringent than rest of the world. Of course, ethics is a lawful but at the same awful. And why we are called professional? Somebody is called businessman, somebody called citizen, but we are called professional. So there are two aspects why we are called professional. Number one is we have our code of ethics, and number two, professional have the larger responsibility to work not for his personal gain, but for the gain of the society, stakeholder, and the government. And that's why, because of this unique trust which has been entrusted on the soldier of the member of the ICAI, they are called professional. And that's why they are different from the rest of the people, because they don't work only for personal gain. Personal gain may be there, but society and stakeholder gain becomes predominantly more than the personal gain, and personal gain becomes secondary, and that's why we are called professional. 1963-60 first time code of conduct started by ICAI. 2001 we have revised and we have renamed it as a code of ethics. 2009, which was the code till 30th June 2020, we have aligned our code of ethics with the international code of ethics also. And internationally, some code of ethics are there which are applicable all across the world in 130 accounting body, and Institute of Chartered Accountants, one of the member of that body. So it is applicable to us also. But we have aligned our code with international with some carve-outs. Some domestic provision of India has been incorporated. But in many, you will be happy to know that in many areas, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India Code of Ethics are more stringent than the rest of the world code of ethics. We have our statutory auditor cannot become the internal auditor in same year. This is in India, not anywhere in the world. In other country, it is permissible. In other country, they don't have they cannot, like we cannot charge fees on contingent basis or percentage basis, but other country it is permitted. We have our advertisement guideline, management consultancy guideline, tender guideline, website guideline, logo guideline, directory guideline. These kind of guidelines are nowhere in the world. So we have time to time regulated our member in the best possible manner. That is the USP of the ICAI, and that's why Punjabi rightly said we have the highest level of standard as far as code of ethics are concerned. And what are the repercussions if you don't follow this code of ethics? Code of ethics non-compliance of this code of ethics, because it's a council guideline. So we have Schedule 2, Part 2, Clause 1, which says non-compliance of the council guideline is a professional misconduct. So if we don't follow this code of ethics prescribed by the ICAI, it is a professional misconduct. All across the globe, and whether in all 130 countries, including India, entire code of ethics are based on 5 fundamental principles: integrity, objectivity, professional competence, due care, confidentiality, and professional behavior. So whatever CA Act, regulation, code of ethics we have are fundamentally based on these 5 principles, and entire schedule clauses has been framed keeping in mind these 5 fundamental principles. We have Chartered Accountant Act, which has 2 schedules, Schedule 1 and Schedule 2. So what is this Schedule 1? There are some conduct by our member which are affecting the fraternity inside, has been bucketed in Schedule 1. There are 19 clauses in Schedule 1. What are these clauses? Like you have not communicated with the previous auditor. You have taken non-member as a partner. You are charging fees based on percentage. you are doing advertisement, you are doing solicitation, you are charging fees based on contingency. All these provisions are comprised in 19 clauses, and that's why they are become Schedule 1, because they are affecting the inside the fraternity, not outside the fraternity. And what are the repercussions? So the section 21 has been say in the ICAI Act said the BOD, Board of Discipline, has been constituted as per section 21A, which is a 3-member bench. 2 are the council member, 1 are government nominee. And based on the wisdom of this 3-member bench, they can pass judgment of the various non-compliance of these 19 clauses. And they have the they can resort to 3 parameters. Either they can reprimand, they can remove your name from register of member for maximum 3 months, or 1 lakh rupees monetary penalty. Either 1, 2, or 3, based on the wisdom of this 3-member bench, they can pass the judgment. Now come to Schedule 2. Schedule 2, there are 15 clauses in Schedule 2 which talks about non-compliance or conduct of our member which are affecting outside the fraternity, like regulators, shareholder, stakeholder, government. So these has the larger interest because the stakeholders are affected because of your misconduct. That's why these clauses has been put in Schedule 2. So Schedule 1 talks about which are affecting the inside the fraternity, and Schedule 2 talks about affecting outside the fraternity. Like you are grossly negligent, you have not reported the facts which you supposed to report, you have given a false information in your audit report. So many provisions are there in 15 clauses which has been bucketed in Schedule 2. And what are the repercussions not following this? So we have section 21B which talks about disciplinary committee. It's a 5-member bench, 3 are council member, 2 are government nominee. So this 5-member bench decide the implication of this non-compliance by our member, and they have the 3 options. Either they can reprimand you, they can permanently remove your name from the register of member. Twice in the past so far, 2 members' name has been removed permanently even after becoming a CA, and 5 lakh rupees monetary penalty. Either 1, 2, or 3, depending on the wisdom of this disciplinary committee. So this 19 clauses of Schedule 1 and 15 clauses Schedule 2 come 34 clauses. Code of ethics is just a commentary of these 34 clauses. There's nothing beyond that. These 34 clauses, what you can do, what you cannot do, has been collected in detailed way as a code of ethics. And if you go to the books of the code of ethics, these 34 clauses has been deliberated length. Do's and don'ts has been decided there. In addition to that, there are 5 kinds of threats which are affecting our profession, and globally these are also accepted. What are these kind of threats? Self-interest threat, self-review threat, advocacy threat, familiarity threat, and intimidation threat. We will discuss one by one these threats. So what is the self-interest threat? Suppose in a tender document, you have quoted the fees. The fees is such a low that you yourself are aware in this fees you cannot justify the compliance of the various accounting and auditing standards. You are aware, still you are quoting these fees. This is an example of self-interest threat. You have 20, 30 years long relationship with your client, your family, client family going holiday together. This is also an example of self-interest threat. You have purchased a joint property with your client, is an example of self-interest threat. You have given a loan or taken loan from a client beyond the limit fixed by the Companies Act or by the ICAI. So Companies Act, it is say 5 lakh rupees, and in ICAI it is 10,000, it will become 1 lakh rupees. So beyond that, if you are having dealing with the client in the loan, then it is a self-interest threat. What is self-review threat? Suppose you have developed some system for your client, and now from those systems, the reports are generated, and now you yourself are auditing the reports generated by the same system which you have implemented. So this is the maker and checker case where both the things are done by you and you are doing the audit. So this is the example of self-review threat. What is advocacy threat? Suppose some particular section, clause, or a para of a particular statute are affecting your client, and now you are approaching the government. Please remove this particular section, para, so that your client can be benefited. Is an example of advocacy threat. If when the Imphal chapter or a government or this association or institute is representing the government to removal of a section, it's a different issue. But you as an auditor is approaching the government for removal of particular section is a advocacy threat. There are many IPO of your client are coming in the market, and you are advocating in the market that please subscribe the share of this company of which you are an auditor, is an example of advocacy threat. Then we have a familiarity threat. Suppose the spouse, your spouse is a director or a senior position in a company. Because the auditor is using his position to give some money to the entity where he is interested. So these are the some of the examples of the familiarity threat. And intimidation threat talks about that when you have accepted some gift from the client and the client is saying, if you qualify my report, I will make it public that you have accepted gift from me. Or the client is threatening you, okay, if you qualify my report, I will not give you some other non-audit work which I can give you otherwise also. In a bank audit, the manager is insisting, if you qualify my report, I will not, or qualify this account NPA, I will not give you a next year audit. Whether he has the power to give, that is, but he is threatening you. All these are the examples of the intimidation threat. Now our code of ethics says, it's a very comprehensively written in our code of ethics that first you try to identify these threats. Once you have identified this threat, now you try to reduce this threat to the acceptable level. So you have to take some steps. These threats can be reduced to the acceptable level, or it can be eliminated. If you are not able to do that, you can consult your professional body, ICAI in this case. If that is also not resolving your issue, then you have to withdraw from the assignment. So these are the steps. Safeguard has been given in our code of ethics. First you identify these threat, try to reduce this threat, and then you take your consultancy from your alma mater. And if all these fail, then you have to withdraw from you cannot do the audit of these things in these situations. But how to reduce this threat? Giving a small example. You have been invited to attend a board meeting of your client company in Goa, and you want to take your spouse along with you in that meeting. Now, if the client pays the expenditure for your spouse, then it is a self-interest threat. But if you yourself are giving the expenditure of your spouse and then you are attending, then you have tried to reduce this threat to the acceptable level, and now you can continue. So these are the examples has been given in our code of ethics where you can do by these EIRC. And this is the chance, this is the option has given, you identify, reduce it, and then discharge your duty as a true and fair view. There are some other issue like if you see this rotation, we have, because of the independency issue, companies that has rotational provision, RBI has rotational provision, housing finance company have, SEBI has a rotational provision, Employees Provident Fund has, and SQC1. It is in 2009 in SQC1, a standard of quality control 1 has been released by the ICAI, which says if you are an auditor of a company, then after 7 years, 2 years you cannot remain the auditor of the same company. So 2-year cooling is mandatory after 7 years if you are auditing a listed company. So what is the solution? Should you resign? No. SQC one also says in that situation, after in the 8th and 9th year, you cannot be the engagement and audit partner. Your another partner of the same firm can be an engagement and audit partner and continue the audit. From 10th year onwards, you can come and join again. So these are the SQC1 guideline given by ICAI since 2009. In the case of proprietor or individual, if you want to do the audit of a listed company, you have to get your firm peer review. This is the SEBI guideline. So you must go through this SQC1, which has been hosted on the ICAI website. These are the detail I have said what you can do and what you can do as far as your firm is concerned. Now we will discuss some of the new provision of this new code of ethics. Till 30th June 2020, we have 2009 code of ethics, wherein part A was there, which deals with the principle-based international code of ethics, aligned with the Indian code of ethics, which was reflected in part A, which we have renamed as a volume 1. Part B talks about the 34 clauses commentary along with the various council guidelines compiled in a book, which was part B, which was renamed as a volume 2. Now this year we have come out with another volume called volume 3, which is called case law referencer. 1949 to 2090, 70 years. What are the important decisions by the council and the disciplinary committee has been compiled in this volume. 484 case law is there, section wise, clause wise, schedule wise, and the topic wise. We have divided this 484 case law, and it is publicly online hosted on the website. You can download, and if you search in this booklet, if you search what are the decision of non-communication with the previous auditor, or non-payment of the stipend to the article, or any issue you are encountering or you are not taking a decision, you just type the case law related to that section or this provision will come to your table, and you can now decide what are the views of the council in these situations, and accordingly you can decide. So this case law referencer will help you very efficiently discharge your duty as a true and fair view. This will guide you, help you whenever you are confronted with the two situations. So these 3 volumes are there in the institute portal, ICAI portal, ESB portal. You can freely download and keep in your folder. Now, one of the most important change which has come in our new code of ethics, which says those services which you are, if you are the auditor of an entity, you are also providing, which are routine in nature, clerical in nature, normal course of operations. These kind of services can also be performed by the same auditor to the same audit client. What are those services? Like you have collected the information and now you have uploaded in a written and now uploading to the portal through your signature. GST return, income, ITR return, TDS return, ROC return, all kind of returns of the same audit client can be compiled and uploaded by you with the consent of the auditee. So earlier you were allowed to do only income tax filing and all these things, but these were nowhere expressly written in our code of ethics whether you can do it or not. Now this year we have written all these things in black and white, and now all these things you can do very well while discharging your duty. So this administrative service part has been mentioned in our code of ethics in black and white, which was not earlier. In our institute, there are 90,000 firms. 72% are proprietorship. 27% firms are less than 10 partners. So 99% firm are less than 10 partners and proprietorship. This single provision is going to help or guide our SMP practice by discharging their duty more efficiently. Then a new clause has come in our taxation service that if you are auditor of a listed company, public interest entity, then the valuation work you cannot do, or you cannot represent your client in your court of law if the disputed amount is substantial. So these 1-2 changes had come in taxation service, but because of the pandemic, we have deferred this provision. So right now this provision is not there, but this is in our book. It may come later. A new and very debatable provision has also come in our code of ethics, which says if your single audit client, the fees of your single audit client exceeds more than 15% of your total fees of your firm in last 2 consecutive years, then in that aspect, you have to disclose these facts to that 15% and more audit client that your fees is more than 50. This disclosure aspect has to be told to the audit client while accepting the audit assignment. There are some exceptions, 5 lakh rupees, government company audit, bank company, all these exceptions there. But before this code, there was a provision in our 2009 code, in any year, your single audit client fees cannot exceed more than 40% of your total fees. This was till 2009. But we have repealed that para, and now we have put this para. You can accept the audit, but this aspect you have to disclose if the amount is more than 15%. But because of this pandemic also, this provision again has been deferred for the time being. Another very important provision has come in our this new code of ethics is NOCLAR, non-compliance of other laws and regulations. We have SA 250, already it is there, which talks about financial compliances of the laws and regulations while discharging your duty as an auditor. So while doing the audit, if you have come across any non-compliance of the financial law, that is your duty to report in your audit report. This NOCLAR says, in addition to the financial law, any law, if you come across the non-compliance while doing the audit of any law by that entity, then this aspect you have to also bring to the knowledge of the management. So what are the non-financial law, non-compliance, like environmental law, bribery, this insider trading, money laundering, all these things. Even your building, this office building of the client has been constructed illegally. Some floor has been added. Any non-compliance of any law by your client has to be bring to the notice by the auditor if the auditor come across these non-compliance while doing the audit. Suo moto he cannot do, but if he come across, he cannot say, when he was aware, he cannot say, I am not aware. He cannot close his eye. So the objective of this NOCLAR law, if the auditor is aware, he has to report. So where to report? To the management. If the management does not listen, then to the regulatory authority. And more interestingly, this NOCLAR is equally applicable to member in industry. So if you are doing an audit of a company, and in that company some chartered accountants are employed there, and they are aware of some non-compliance of the law by his company, then it is the duty of that CA also to bring these facts to the management first. If management does not listen, to the auditor. If auditor does not listen, to the regulatory authority where this law has been violated. So this NOCLAR provision is a huge, in my opinion, a game changer, in the sense that whatever frauds are taking place in the corporates, either you are not informed by the management, and if you are not informed by the management, then the CA working in that company will be equally responsible for this kind of reporting. So it's a huge reforms if you see as a code of ethics in NOCLAR, but because of this pandemic also, this provision has been deferred. We are also in the process to compile a list of the laws. While doing the audit industry-wise, we are in the process to make a checklist so that it can help our members to what to see and what to not to see. Then we have a very important aspect called documentation. 2009 code, we don't have any provision about documentation. But if you remember, January 17, Institute has already KYC, know your client. a first paper of your audit working paper file must have KYC, know your client. There is a particulars about that KYC form is there. You have to fill it up and keep in the audit working paper file as a first working paper file. The name of the client, the area in his operate, contact number, all these things, particulars are there. Because today you are the auditor, tomorrow you may not be the auditor. So that tomorrow the client do some fraud, then you will be asked as a previous auditor by the regulatory agency, how do you know him, what you have done, what are the details. So to keep keep yourself from all these obstacles away, this KYC has been introduced by the ICAI in 2017. That is there in this new code of ethics. One more paragraph at every chapter has been added, that while doing the audit, for every audit client, some paragraphs about the client has to be mentioned in your audit working paper file. What are those paragraphs? The description of the client, who is the client, in which area he operates, what is the industry, 2-3 paragraphs about that client. What are the accounting auditing standards applicable to that client, you have to mention. What are your audit observations, what are audit you have communicated with your client has to be mentioned. How your audit observations were resolved by the client or by yourself has to be reported. So all these things has to be, the code of ethics says all these things has to be properly documented and keep in the audit working paper file, mandatory. You cannot just now audit in a trial balance from the tally and make a report in the last year. That era has gone. All these detail has to be the part and parcel of the audit working paper file, because the institute or the regulator anytime ask you from the NFRA has already come. If you are an auditor of a listed company, then NFRA is equally applicable like ICAI. So this documentation is very, very important, because in our SMP practice, we do 80% of audit, 20% of documentation. Whereas in big firm or a large firm, they do 20% audit and 80% so 20-80, this anomaly is there. So to remove that anomaly, this documentation part has come in our code of ethics. Also a new provision has come in resignation of auditor. So if you have resigned from a company and the incoming auditor, in addition to the NOC, writes you that please let me know what are the non-compliance you are aware in that company. If the incoming auditor writes you in the writing to the previous auditor and the previous auditor is aware, then it is the duty of the previous auditor to supply this information to the incoming auditor diligently. So this new code of ethics says the previous auditor, if he is aware and not reported in his audit report, then he has to provide this non-compliance to the incoming auditor if incoming auditor writes to the previous auditor in this regard. It's a very important change. As per from this change, every incoming auditor starts writing, in addition to NOC, please let me know what are the non-compliance. It will become the practice of asking from the previous auditor by the new auditor. Communication with the previous auditor, right now registered AD with the POD is there. Personal delivery of the letter is there. Now we have also added the communication with the previous auditor through registered email ID. Official email ID you can mail to the previous auditor, and if the previous auditor responds to that mail, then the communication with the previous auditor has been done, will be considered as a valid. This has been added in our new code of ethics from 1st May itself, from 2020. So now email communication through previous auditor is also permissible. How to do the communication with the previous auditor through UDIN portal is also has mandate been given by the council. We are in the process to make the guideline. So in the next year, you will see you are communicating with the previous auditor through UDIN portal itself. You don't have to write anything. So through UDIN portal, you are communicating, he is replying, that valid communication will be considered. This will become later, guideline in the process to be prepared. Next, we have also changed some of the advertisement guideline. When 2009 code of ethics was there, that point of time, social media and other media was not so active. So we had this year made the social media has also become the part and parcel of the advertisement guideline. So now whatever you are allowed for the website guideline, all these are equally applicable on the social media guideline also. You can also have your YouTube channel, but the YouTube channel can be in the personal name, not in the name of the firm. That is the number one. The link of this channel you cannot circulate because we have our push marketing and pull marketing. So push marketing is not permitted, pull marketing is permitted. So you cannot circulate the link of the channel. Please come and visit my channel. If somebody wants to come and visit, that's fine. You cannot propagate your YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel has to be your personal name, not in the firm name. In the case of the presentation in the seminar like today and all these TV debate, media debate, Facebook debate, earlier your firm name was not mentioned to be permitted. Now we have allowed, you can, in addition to your name, your firm name can also be mentioned there. That has become permitted now. In your visiting card, earlier it was allowed only your name and the degree given by the institute as a diploma, like DISA and the international taxation. Certificate course were not allowed to be mentioned in the visiting card. But if you are now a registered valuer, an insolvency professional, then these two nomenclature are also permitted to you to the mention in your visiting card. If you want to do some CSR event, it is also permissible, but the CSR event has to be in your individual name, not in your firm name. And the CA logo and all these things are not permitted. CA so and so is permitted, nothing beyond that. So CSR event is also permitted to be done by the chartered accountant. Two more important provision before we conclude, that tender guideline 2016, 7th of April 2016, institute has come out with the tender guideline, which talks about if you are a work has to be mandatorily done by only CA as per statute, like income company audit or tax audit, which can be done by only CA. In those kind of tender, the minimum fees has to be mentioned by the tenderee. And if the minimum fees is not there, you cannot respond to those kind of tender. But there are other services which, in addition to CA, others can also do, like internal audit, stock audit, forensic audit, where CA qualification is not mandatory. So in those kind of tender, minimum fees criteria is not required. So those services where only CA can do as per statute, in those tender, minimum fees has to be there. Other services, minimum fees is not required. Recently, we have seen the government officials also are flouting this law, and they are putting ₹1 or ₹100 or 500 as a minimum fees. To remove that obstacle, we have changed this tender guideline this year, that the minimum fees has to be commensurate with the size, value, volume, and manpower requirement of the work. So the scope of the work will decide the minimum fees. You cannot put any figure arbitrarily in the tender document by the tenderee, those who are putting the tender. So to regulate them, the minimum fees criteria has been amended, and now you can respond to those tenders where minimum fees is there. There are many tenders which are mandatory to be done by CA only, but minimum fees is not there. So these regulators may not be aware. So whenever these things are brought to the notice of the ICAI, we represent to those regulators, and they change. After listening to us, they change the tender. In the past also it has happened. So this is the, in nutshell, the tender guideline. Networking guideline in the process, and it's soon a new networking guideline will come for the benefit of member. Multidisciplinary is a concept which has been coined in 2006 itself, in which our CA regulation has been enabling provision by 53A and B, which says the chartered accountant in practice can have partnership with 6 other kind of professional: cost accountant, company secretary, advocate, architect, engineer, LLB, MBA. These kind of professionals have enabling provision in our CA regulation. You can have the partnership with them. But what is happening? These other professional body are not amending their guideline, and that's why this multidisciplinary is not happening in the light of the day. If they can change their guideline, we already have changed enabling provision. So tomorrow itself we can have the multidisciplinary. So the institute is in the process to persuade these professional bodies so that they can change their guideline, so that multidisciplinary can also happen and can become the light of the day. The last point of this discussion is that in addition to your professional duty, if you are not behaving professionally in your personal and social life, then section 21 says in those situations also it is a professional misconduct. Say for example, you have forced the will of your relative, you are involved in the domestic violence, you are not following the Ministry of Home Affairs guideline in this lockdown. All these are the examples where you are expected to behave professionally, being a member of this professional body. But if you are not behaving professionally, then in addition to Schedule 1 and Schedule 2, Section 21 says you can be held guilty by not behaving professionally in your personal and social life. And there is a Supreme Court decision in 1957 which says that even if your conduct is not defined in our 2 schedule or any CA Act, but in spite of that, if the council believe that the conduct of your member is unfit to become a member of this ICAI, then the council has the power to make that member guilty of professional misconduct. And this has been validated by the Supreme Court in 1957 judgment of B. Mukherjee. So these are some of the highlights of this code of ethics which are right now and which are proposed from 1st July 2020. We have 3 booklets hosted on our website of the ICAI Ethical Board. You can download, and this case law will be a very helpful, this ready reckoner in your practice. Whenever you are finding any problem, not able to know what are the regulations, you can just type that word and the case law related to that aspect will come to your table and you can take a decision. So with these words, I thanks Maestri ji, senior member Punjabi Singh sir, and all the members for this brief discussion on code of ethics. We can have a detailed discussion later because of the paucity of time. We can have this much only at this point of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ranjeet sir.
Thank you, sir.
For your eye-opener deliberation. Now we have a few questions which we would like you to clarify. One is, I'll request Mehul to kindly take up, explain those questions, and also will answer. Mehul?
Yes. So the first question is whether information system assignment of banks is to be considered as statutory or internal audit?
Internal audit.
Internal audit.
IS audit is an internal audit.
Okay, sir. The second question is, can certification courses which is conducted by the ICAI be mentioned in the visiting card or website or other social media by a member?
Certificate course is not a degree or diploma. It is just a 5-7 days knowledge sharing basis. So this cannot be mentioned in any stationery of ICAI. This is prohibited in our code of ethics. But diploma like DISA or international taxation can be mentioned. And now we have allowed insolvency and registered valuer. These 2 degrees you can also mention in your visiting card.
Okay, sir. And so one more question. Can I see it engage in speculative trading in stock market?
No, you have to see, because in our 190 regulation of the CA regulation says a chartered accountant in practice cannot involve in any other kind of business. So when speculation transaction is a business or a income from other sources, your income tax return will authenticate. So how do we know whether you are involved in a business or not? So if your income tax return is a barometer to assess whether you are involved in the business or not. So if you have income from business, from stock market, it is prohibited. Capital gain and income from other sources are permitted. So you have to take precaution what head of income you are operating.
Okay, till now we have received only these much questions.
Okay then. I have one thing to say to our Ranjit.
Yes.
So you see, regarding this tender guidelines, I have to just make you aware, or you might already be aware that regarding this rupee 1 floating tender is still going on in this part of the country. And I mean, this, I don't know what to say, how to explain, but then this is going on. So how this thing can be stopped and this thing can be made aware to the government departments who are still floating such type of tenders?
No, but this tender, you are saying members are putting rupees 1, or the tender regulatory authority are putting rupees 1?
Regulatory authorities are putting rupees 1 also.
Regulatory authority, they are putting, that's why we have changed the tender guideline. Now they cannot put, because the scope of the work will define the minimum fees. Arbitrarily, rupees 1 will not suffice.
But then there's still a lot of these things are happening still. So I think this government
you can bring these issues to our notice. We can represent because we are the PDC. We are representing every day whenever these issues are brought to our notice. So you please bring to us. We will represent.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Any other
Sir,
question?
I have a query.
Yes.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, regarding that, information audit system, considering it whether as a statutory or internal audit, this happened with us with one of the banks. So the bank is of the opinion that system audit is not considered as internal audit, and it's to be considered as a statutory assignment.
No, you have to see where
Yes,
any
sir.
statute prescribe to system audit to be done by any entity, like companies audit in as per Companies Act, tax
Yes,
audit
sir.
as per Income Tax Act, GST
Yes, sir.
audit as per GST Act. So system audit is nowhere defined by any statute. So it is the banking or the other entity internal guideline to, like forensic audit. Forensic
Okay, sir.
audit is not a statutory audit. Forensic audit is defined by various NCLT or IBBI depending on their requirement. This is not a mandatory provision where these are the qualified people who can do. So likewise, system audit is not a statutory audit. It varies from bank to bank, entity to entity. Scope of the work is also varying from one person to another person. There is no fixed criteria of system audit. So that's why it is an internal audit, not a statutory audit.
Thank you, sir.
So anybody left any question from anybody?
Now we can invite Vikash for GST, I think.
Yeah. So I now thank you, sir. I think you will stay with us for some time, sir.
5-10 minutes I'm there, then I will leave. 5-10 minutes I'm there.
Punjabi sir, audio is muted.
Okay.
Hello.
So anyway, for your deliberation and your eye-opener deliberation on code of ethics. Now it's time to hear our second learned speaker today, and on very interesting topic of 9 and 9C, which is in fact very important for all of us. So I request our colleague Rohit Jain to introduce our learned speaker to the audience. Rohit?
Yes. Good evening to all the members. I'm thankful to get the opportunity to introduce to all the members our next speaker on GST audit and annual return, CA Vikash Kumar Banka. Sir Vikash Kumar Banka is a practicing chartered accountant and has over 19 years of experience in the field of audit and taxation. He's into indirect tax and direct tax practice for the last 16 years. He's All India 31st rank holder in CA intermediate exam. He is a special invitee to Kolkata study group formed by Indirect Tax Committee of ICAI and has contributed in the preparation of revised technical guide on annual return, revised technical guide on GST audit, weighting of recently published background material on GST. He has spoken at different forums on GST annual return and audit like EIRC and its branches and chapters, DTPA, VIP, CA study circle, etc. He has addressed various training programs for revenue officers on accounting and now GST organized by ICAI and for officers of the Commercial Tax Department of West Bengal. He is also the faculty on GST certification course conducted by our institute. Now I would request Sir Vikash Banka to start his deliberation.
Thank you. I am really very much thankful to the Imphal chapter and executive committee, Maheshwari ji, Ashish ji, KK Singh sir, senior most member of this chapter, CS Singh ji, and other member given me opportunity to deliberate the topic annual return and reconciliation under the GST. I feel privileged to share the virtual dice with Ranjeet Bhaiya, our Central Council member, and this is possible due to you people only, that you have given me this opportunity. Thank you, all of you, once again. And as the starting in the meeting of the learned lady member, she was saying that, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're
Yes,
audible.
yes.
Yeah.
You are saying that we can share knowledge quite good manner with the few numbers. And I very correctly said, and I also believe that in the discussion or group discussion, when the members are so 20, 25 like that, we can discuss very good manner on the particular topic. And this topic, we can make it like a discussion sort of instead of a one-way traffic. And I request all the members kindly participate in the discussion and exchange the knowledge. Let us begin with the controversial topic of GST 99C, as our senior member Singh Saab has said, and topic. But so far, I understand after the notification number 56 issued by the board on 14th of the November 2019, the controversy is more or less over. Let us start the discussion with GST 99C. Screen is visible, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friends, we will discuss GST 99C with the technical issues. Why I have picked the technical issues? As we all know that we have filled up the form GST 99C and tried to upload on the system. And what we feel so many times कि DSC नहीं लग रहा है, DSC लग गया तो सिस्टम में अपलोड हुआ, वहां से एक एरर निकला और वो एरर क्या ये भी नहीं पता चला. फिर हम लोगों ने रीफिल किया, इस कंप्यूटर से लगाया, उससे भी नहीं लगा, दूसरा से लगाया, उससे नहीं लगा, जिससे लगा उसमें फिर पूजा वूजा करके उसको रख दिया, इसी से लगाने का है. So we will discuss that part also, कि why so technical issues was there GST 99C, and this much I can assure you, all of you people, that the technical issue after this session at 99.99% is the success rate. There will not be any technical issue after this session. This much I can assure all of you. Under this, we have already fill up the 17-18 form. Financial year 17-18 form we have already filled up. We know the basic idea about the GST 99C. Let us refresh on the simplified 99C, what I have just told you earlier on the 14th of the November. Please remember the date and notification number. 14th November, that was the Children's Day. That was the Children's Day, 14th November, and notification number is AK 56, अब तक 56. ये दो चीज याद रखिए. नोटिफिकेशन नंबर 56 पूरे फॉर्म को सिंप्लीफाइड किया है. जो जितने भी कंट्रोवर्सीज थे फॉर्म में, मोर और लेस उनको रिमूव किया गया है बाय नोटिफिकेशन नंबर 56. अब ये तो हो गया अपना सिंप्लीफाइड फॉर्म 99C का. सेकेंड एक इशू आता है, अपने जो GST 9 फिलअप किए थे 17-18 में, उसमें particular एक फॉर्म, this it belongs to the 2 years, 17-18 and 18-19 as well. And in the year of 18-19, this form will belong for the 3 years, that is 17-18, 18-19 and 19-20. The question arises कि whatever figure we have depicted in 17-18 GST 99C, how to deal with those figure in 18-19 figure? I think this is the most question right now, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Am I right?
Yeah, spillover effect.
Yes, spillover effect. Perfect, sir. Spillover effect. That we will discuss one by one. And the last one is the technical glitches and probable solution, as I told in the starting of my presentation. Sir, whether notification number 56, as I told you, is it applicable for 1 year or 2 years? Please be interactive.
It's applicable for 18-19 only. 18-19 only.
No, sir. This notification is applicable for both the years 17-18 and 18-19 both. Please
Okay.
take a note of it.
17-18 we
This
have filed, na?
we have already
No,
filed,
but
but
there are
still there
pending
may be
cases as
pending, na?
well.
There may be pending. This notification cover both the year 17-18, 18-19.
Right.
And what is
yeah,
the
yeah.
what is the due date right now for the 18-19 returns, sir?
30th September.
September.
That is the 30th September till now.
Yeah.
Till now, this is the 30th September.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the question arises: who needs to file the GST 9 and 9C? See, now there is 3 benchmark figure. Number 1, up to 2 crores, no need to file audit report, no need to file annual return. After 2 crore, up to 5 crore, only GST 9 is applicable, 9C is not applicable. After above the 5 crore, GST 9, 9C both is applicable. Now just please clarify me one thing. What do you mean by the aggregate turnover under GST? Friends, aggregate turnover, please refer section 2 subsection 6 of the CGST Act. It says that aggregate turnover includes the taxable supply as well as the exempt supply. If your taxable supply is 20 lakhs, less than 20 lakhs, but if you have the exempt supply of 5 lakhs, then the threshold limit for the registration, it will cross the 20 lakhs. You need to take the registration. The same aggregate turnover figure will be considered for the filing of GSTR 9C for under the GST. Suppose you have the turnover in your Manipur branch, 1.5 crores, in your Delhi branch, 6 crores. Whether you need to file the GSTR 99C for the both the branch or only for the Delhi branch.
Both.
Friends,
both.
Yes, you need to file both the branch because the aggregate turnover needs to be examined on the basis of aggregate turnover pan India basis. Right, sir? Now the one more question arises. Since the government has allowed not to file the GSTR 9, not to file the GSTR 9 if you have a turnover less than 2 crores. What's your view whether we should opt this option or not?
No, we should opt.
Yes, we should.
Opt
Yes.
it. We should opt it. If there are some mistakes in filing GSTR 1 and 3B, then I think this is the last chance to correct it.
Mercy, sir, I have a little bit reservation with this remark that we should opt for the GSTR 99 for not filing of the returns. We all know कि जितने भी अपने रिटर्न्स फाइल हुए ना, इवन खुद के रिटर्न GST 3B 1 से नहीं मिलता है, GST 3B अगर 1 से मिल गया तो बुक्स क्या तो तीनों आपस में नहीं मिलते हैं. तीनों different type के figures. Most of the we have the SSC has committed such type of mistake. So far I understand there is 2 situations. One situation, figure is not matching with the returns with the books of accounts and tax is not evaded or tax is not due over there. In that case, even I suggest to file the, if audit under section 65 is allotted to your client by the department, in that case you can substantiate your figure with the GSTR 9. You got my point, sir?
Yeah.
Section
so that's why we are
audit.
also of the opinion that we should file 9.
Yes, sir. We have already filed 17-18 and 18-19 में मैं ये suggest करूँगा sir कि अपने को GSTR 9 फाइल करना चाहिए even though we have a turnover of less than 2 crores. As because जब GST audit conduct होगी, audit conduct में क्या होगा सर, वो जब 3B और GSTR 1 और books को लेके मिलाने बैठेंगे, वो जब match नहीं करेगा तो problem create होगा. So that will much better कि उनको उस समय में GSTR 9 अपने handover करेंगे, सर 9 मेरा सही फाइल हुआ हुआ यहाँ से मिला लीजिए. This is a good option for the reconciliation of books of accounts with the returns filed. अब सेकेंड सिनेरियो बनता है कि जहां पे टैक्स आउटस्टैंडिंग रह गया, somehow tax miss out हो गया from GSTR 3B and GSTR 3B is the only medium to discharge the tax. In that case also GSTR 9 will be helpful for the filing of the GSTR 9 even though you have the turnover less than 2 crores. Right, sir?
Yes,
Right.
Now we move ahead towards the form level GSTR 9 just for the refresh. As we know, there are 6 parts in the GSTR 9. पार्ट 1 कंटेंट बेसिक डिटेल 1 2 3 ये ऑटोमेटिकली सिस्टम से फिलअप होके आता है. पार्ट 2 कंटेंट liability side, that is the outward supply, that is relating to the outward supply. And part 3 contains table number 6 7 8, that is relating to input. And part 4, that is tax paid. And part 5, table number 10 11 12 13 14, relating to turnover of 17 18 declared in 18 19 in case of 17 18, or turnover of 18 19, or input tax credit taken or availed in 19 20. You got my point, sir? And my question is, I will take your 2 or 3 minutes on this topic. My question is, suppose you forget to report the turnover or input tax credit in the month of January. What right now we are doing, that we are reporting that forgotten turnover of January 2019 in February 2019 or March 2019 or April 19, like that. Right, sir? Who has permitted you to do so? My question to you people is, who has permitted to do so? Whether there is any specific section in the GST Act. Mercy Saab, just note down the circular number 26/26 2017, dated 27 December 2017, evening 7:30. Timing is 7:30 शाम का. 7:15 पे ऑफिस से निकल रहा था, नहीं था सिस्टम में. 7:30 पे जब शट डाउन कर रहा था, सिस्टम को देखा तो वहां एक सर्कुलर मेरे को मिला, सर्कुलर नंबर 26. Sir, this is the, I should say, Sanjeevan Booty for the mistake we have conducted in filing of the returns. Please go through this circular 26. I will take 2 or 3 minutes on this circular to explain about the circulars. अपने अगर देखें रिटर्न्स पे अपने क्या भूल करते हैं, आउटवर्ड सप्लाई भूल कर देते हैं, आउटपुट टैक्स रिपोर्ट शॉर्ट रिपेमेंट या इनपुट टैक्स शॉर्ट पेमेंट करते हैं, या इनपुट टैक्स ज्यादा रिपोर्ट करते हैं. इसके अलावा तो और कुछ मिस्टेक नहीं करते, या इंटरचेंजेबिलिटी कर देते हैं. आईजीएसटी होना था C+S कर दिया, C+S होना था I कर दिया. इसके अलावा आई डोंट थिंक वी हैव कमिटेड एनी मिस्टेक इन रिपोर्टिंग फिनेंशियल फिगर ऑफ जीएसटी अंडर द रिटर्न्स 3B और GST 1, राइट सर? राइट. सर्कुलर 26 में हुई है. 7वीं मिस्टेक को मैं छोड़ देता हूं कि 7वीं मिस्टेक कैसे रिलेटेड था. आफ्टर द PMT 09, दैट मिस्टेक इज नाउ नॉट रिलेवेंट विद दिस सर्कुलर. एंड above 3 we have just, I will take 2 minutes on that. सपोज आपने टर्नओवर ज्यादा रिपोर्ट कर दिया अप्रैल में, तो आप फरवरी महीना में उसको एडजस्ट कर लीजिए. कम रिपोर्ट कर दिया तो उसको आप फरवरी मार्च जून जुलाई, जब आपको पता चला बिफोर द सितंबर, आप उसको रिपोर्ट करके या एडजस्ट करके आप अपना काम चला लीजिए. यही सर्कुलर 26 बोलता है. तो आप एक बार सर्कुलर को अगर गो थ्रू हो लेंगे तो रिटर्न्स में जो भी आपने मिस्टेक किया, वेदर इन GST 1, वेदर इन GST 3B, दैट कैन बी रेक्टिफाइड दिस सर्कुलर. Okay, sir. And this circular is particularly related with the part 5 of GST 9. I am just repeating, part 5 of the GST 9. Part 5 deal with the table number 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. This is the crisp way of GST 9. एक क्वेश्चन आता था मेरे पास में कि हमने 3B में ये फिगर डाला, GST 1 में ये फिगर डाला, बुक्स मेरा ये फिगर है, मैं GST 9 में क्या भरूं? राइट है ना?
राइट.
Sir, this is the table for the snapshot of the GST 9. First, take a assumption that my books figure are perfectly all right. There is no dispute in the books figure. Then turnover as per books of accounts should be table number 4, table number 5 plus table number 10 minus table number 11 should be equal to the books of accounts. That is the turnover of the books, right? And you see there is the arrow in just below the 4, and the second arrow 10 minus 11, that is equal to 14 of the tax payment. As we all know, what is the difference between table number 4 and 5? 4 represents the tax payment having the tax impact, and table number 5 do not have the tax impact. And at the same time, number 10 and 11 have the tax impact, and table number 14, the replica of 10 and 11 relating to the tax payment and tax payable of the GST 9. Right, sir? This is the crux of the turnover and tax paid. And now we are coming ahead with the ITC. In the same way, ITC 6 minus 7 minus 12 plus 13 equal to the books का ITC. ये हमारा इसे मैच करना चाहिए, तब आपका GST 9 परफेक्टली फाइल होगा. Table number 9. Now coming to the table number 15, that is the refund ka table, and information table 1, 2, 3, 8, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Let us discuss one by one whatever the government has given the relaxation relating to these tables by the notification number 56. Sir. EIR 9. Right, sir? See, there is two type of optional figure has been given by the government by notification number 56. One is conditional optional and second is absolute optional. Conditional optional means suppose you need not to report in figure number so much table, then you have to report that figure in that table. This is the conditional optional. Please note down these two keywords. One is conditional optional, second is absolute optional. Conditional optional means if you don't want to report this figure in this table, then you have to comply with the another requirement of the form. The second is absolute optional means if you do not want to report, बहुत अच्छा बात कहीं मत दीजिए. Complete freedom. That is the absolute optional. Table number 4, table number 5 that relates to the outward supply. There is the conditional option. Table number 6, table number 7, table number 8 relating to ITC. It is also the conditional optional. Table number 9 that is relating to the tax payment. There is no changes. Please note down there is no changes in table number 9. And table number 10, table number 11, there is no changes. The figure of this year is reported in the subsequent years. Now coming to the absolute optional. Absolute optional, table number 12 and table number 13. Inward supply reported in the subsequent period. And table number 14, that is the tax paid. That is also there is no changes. Table number 15, refund and demand. अपने को भरने का मन है फिलअप कीजिए रिफंड डिमांड को, नहीं फिलअप करने का मन है छोड़ दीजिए, पूरा ब्लैंक छोड़ दीजिए, जीएसटीआर 9 फाइल कर दीजिए. एंड प्लीज नोट डाउन दिस optional is available for each and every type of SSC. There is no restriction for the turnover, like there is no restriction for 2 crore turnover, 5 crore turnover, 10 crore turnover. This is complete optional for the all type of SSC. You do not to report refund and demand if you don't want to report. If you want, you can. The second portion is table number 16, that is the composite supply, deemed supply under section 143, sale on approval basis. This is also absolute optional. Table number 17, 18 सबसे ज्यादा अपने लोगों को GST 9 में यही परेशान करता था. HSN समरी फिलअप करनी पड़ती थी परचेज की और सेल की, जो अपने लोगों के पास में रेडी नहीं था. तो गवर्नमेंट ने उसको ऑप्शनल कर दिया. आप फिलअप करना चाहते हैं, यू प्लीज वेलकम. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू फिलअप, यू मे लीव इट अप. Now we will discuss change in outward supply. सबसे पहले चेंजेस क्या आया? टेबल नंबर 4 I24L that was relating to the debit note credit and amendments relating to the outward supply reported in table number 4B and 4BE. As we all know, table number 4B to 4E contains B2B supply, export with payment of tax, reverse charge mechanism. All these headings are given over there. Now debit note and credit note relating to these supply required to be reported in table number 4 I to 4L. Now it becomes conditional optional. What is the conditional optional? If you don't want to report in 5I and 4L, then you have to report that figure in table number 4B and 4E after taking the net effect. कहने का मतलब है सर, अगर आपने 100 रुपया का डेबिट नोट बनाया है अगेंस्ट द सप्लाई ऑफ द 10,000 रुपीज, इफ यू वांट टू रिपोर्ट इन 4B एज 10,000 रुपीज, 100 रुपीज एज 4I ऑफ डेबिट नोट क्रेडिट नोट रिलेटिंग टू दैट सप्लाई, दैट वन ऑफ द ऑप्शन. एंड सेकंड ऑप्शन इज you report net of the debit note credit note in table number 4B. Okay sir. Coming to table number 5. Table number 5, friends, if you have any question relating to any table, you please raise your hand. Please drop the question in chat box. We will love to discuss on that topic. Coming to the table number 5. Table number 5 relation किससे था सर? अब ये क्वेश्चन आता है टेबल नंबर 5 the table which represents the financial figure in which tax impact is not there, like exempt supply, non-GST supply, non-taxable supply, export supply on which tax is not paid, that is export against the LUT, like dim supply on which tax is not paid. वो टेबल नंबर 5 में अपने लोग रिपोर्ट करते थे. उसको वहां पे एक सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता था कि एक टेबल नंबर 5D, 5E and 5F में there is classification of exempt supply, nil rated supply and non-GST supply. Friends, if you want to discuss 2 or 3 minutes like that, what is exempt supply, what is nil rated supply, what is non-GST supply, I can discuss. Otherwise, for the purpose of GSTR 9, this is not required to report in the breakup of these three table, exempt supply, nil rated or non-GST supply, but you can report the entire figure of exempt, nil rated and non-GST supply under the table number 5D, that is the exempt supply under the GST. Mr. Sir, do you need to discussion on exempt?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Kindly go ahead. Kindly go ahead, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Kindly go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Friends, let me share one thing. What do you mean by first non-GST supply? We all the time confuse with the word non-GST supply. Sometimes we used to say the petroleum product is the non-GST supply. Even the ministry has issued so many directions that they have said the petroleum product is the non-GST supply. And in my humble submission, if we bifurcate the entire gimmick of this term, supply or non-GST supply, they have not defined the word non-GST supply in the GST law. Do you find any definition relating to non-GST supply in GST Act? Friends, there is no definition under the Act. Now, if we discuss, then we can bifurcate these two in two parts. One is non-GST supply, one is GST supply. What is the GST supply? It comes under section 7, read with section number 9. For the GST supply, there must be supply of goods or supply of services or both. Friends, I don't know what is the meaning of both, but since Act right there under section 7, it must be supply of goods or services or both. It is supply of both, right, sir? So for the GST supply, the or services or both. If we take the rest of it is a
Yeah, great. Vikash, your voice is not audible.
Am I audible?
You are not audible
Now
for last 30 seconds.
Okay, my my version is, do you agree with this point that supply of goods or supply of services is the GST? Supply of goods nor supply of services is non-GST, since non-GST supply is not defined under the GST law. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Voice
Now
is
you're
cracking.
audible. Yeah. Ashish,
Yes.
oh, Bankaji's voice is not
Am I audible?
Your voice was
Yes,
not
yes,
audible
sir.
for last 2 minutes. Hello, Vikas sir.
I think his net is
some
facing
issues with the
some
net.
problem.
Some issues with the net.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're audible, Vikash. Vikash, now you're audible.
Am I audible right now?
Yes, your
Yeah.
screen is
You're
not
audible.
visible.
You're audible.
Video is hand.
Share your screen. Share your screen.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
audible now.
audible.
Message sir, am I audible?
Yeah. It's okay.
Yes.
Okay, now, okay.
My
Okay.
question was, yes, yes. Coming to my question.
Hmm.
Vikash sir, your voice is tracking constantly.
Do you agree with this point? Is something which is it is not the GST supply, friends. Schedule 3, circular number and circular number 1 of the IGST and circular number 21 of the
Hello, Vikash
ICGST
sir.
supply of services. So my humble submission, well, friends.
Ashish. His voice is not audible and screen is also not visible.
Now he's back.
Yes. Sir, am I audible now?
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah.
Yes, thanks. Some problem with the internet, I think. Now coming to the next word, that is non-taxable supply. Friends, section 2 subsection 78. Section 2 subsection 78 says something which is not leviable to tax, supply of goods or supply of services which is not leviable to tax is the non-taxable. So my humble submission is under section 9 subsection 1 and under section 9 subsection 2, alcohol for the human consumption and high petroleum product is deferred for the leviable to tax under the GST. These two items are the non-taxable supply as because levy is not there by virtue of section 2 subsection 78. Now coming to the exempt supply. Section 2 subsection 47 talks about the exempt supply, which says that exempt supply means which is notified by the central government under section 6 of the IGST Act and section 11 of the CGST Act, including nil rated supply and non-taxable supply also. My friends, whatever exemption notification issued by the central government, that is issued under section 11 in case of CGST Act. So this is the exempt supply, like notification number 2 for the goods, notification number 12 for the services. Right, sir?
Yeah.
Coming to the nil rated supply, एक और terminology है nil rated. Nil rated means tax rate is nil. Nil rated means tax rate is nil. So, friends, under notification number 1 by 2017 issued for the CGST tax rate, there is no nil rated good supply. Only under the services notification, that is the rate notification is 11. No, rate notification is 11. That is the nil rated supply under para number 24. Supply to the agriculturist and support services to the agriculture. That is only the nil rated supply. You got my point, sir?
Yeah.
Table number 9, 10, 11, there is no changes. Coming to the changes in the ITC. Sorry, friends. Table number 6. एक प्रॉब्लम क्या होती थी टेबल नंबर 6 जब अपने फिलअप करते थे वहां पे आईटीसी का ब्रेकअप डालना पड़ता था इनपुट सर्विसेज एंड कैपिटल गुड्स का. इट इज अ कंडीशनल ऑप्शनल. आपको अगर ब्रेकअप डालना है डाल दीजिए, ब्रेकअप नहीं डालना है तो सारा का सारा इनपुट कॉलम में डाल दीजिए. ठीक है ना. कमिंग टू द टेबल नंबर 7, that is the reversal part of the credit taken in 1819 and reverse in 1819 itself. Then you need to report under the table number 7. There is also changes. Entire amount can be reported in 7H instead of dropping the 7A to H. This is the conditional changes in table number 7. से रिलेटेड सर आपका 1819 का क्रेडिट था जो आपने 1920 में लिया है. Government says by notification number 56 table, if you want to fill you fill, if you don't want to fill you don't fill. Friends, what you will do, what you suggest, whether we should exercise this optional. Friends, in my humble submission, we should not opt for this option for table number 12 and table number 13. If you opt for this option, there will be a mismatch in GSTR 9C. When you will do 9C, there is the already table for 12B and 12C, which requires the figure of the last year and current year figure. What we will declare over there. So better to declare in GSTR 9 itself for table number 12 and 13. In my submission, we should. Coming to the information table. Table 8 related to GSTR 2A, auto populated data 1st November 2019 का आ रहा है. अभी एक नया लेटेस्ट अमेंडमेंट आया है. नाउ दे आर गिविंग टेबल 8A का एक्सेल सीट. नाउ यू कैन रिकंसाइल वट एवर फिगर इन टेबल नंबर 8A इज गिवन. पहले क्या हो रहा था 8A में कुछ हो रहा था, 2A में कुछ और आता था, अपना ही फिगर कुछ और है, अपने मिला के परेशान होते थे. At least at the given, what is the option in table number 8? अभी भी जो फिगर आ रहे हैं सर वहां से फिगर अपने जब रिकंसाइल करते हैं इट इज नॉट मैचिंग विद दिस योर एक्चुअल फिगर टेकन एज ए क्रेडिट. व्हाट ऑप्शन वी कैन टेक, वी हैव डाउनलोडेड टू ए, reconcile yourself with your books of accounts figure and report the same in 9C with the PDF. You can leave it as a blank table number 8. This is the conditional option. If you don't want to report in table number 8 to 8D, you can leave it the blank table number 8 to 8D, and this such figure need to be reported in table number in GSTR 9C. In case there is 9C, if there is no 9C and you want to report, then you can submit the PDF with the department under the cover of note. And please mind it, no CA certification is required for GSTR 9. Number 15, 16, 17, 18, as you told you, there is no need to fill any figure in this table. This is complete optional. Do we feel like this after seeing so much of relaxation? ऐसा फील हो रहा ना सर? रिलैक्स मूड में आ गए भैया. GSTR 9 बहुत इजी हो गया. Coming to GST audit, that is GSTR 9C. Q to respective figure and 7F to the respective figure in the table for the fill up of GSTR 9 to 9C table. And the system already gives us 9C extract after filing GSTR 9C. GSTR 9, I mean. Now, GSTR 9, table number 5 changes. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Your
now
voice
you're
is
audible.
cracking.
Now you're,
Yes.
but at times your voice is cracking.
Okay, right now, is it okay?
Yeah.
Changes in table number 5 of form 9C. Table number, sir, we all know that table number 5A in 9C required to be reconciled with the table number 9Q. अपने ग्रॉस टर्नओवर को मैच कराते हैं ना सर, जीएसटीआर 9 से 9C को टेबल नंबर 9A में फिगर डालते हैं, 9Q में फिगर डालते हैं, उस डिफरेंस को 9B. नाउ डिपार्टमेंट इज सेइंग कि if you want to fill up the entire figure as per the tables, you can. If you don't want, you put the entire figure in table number 5O. Time of audit, so far I understand. Right now, if you fail to reconcile, then there will be a very low chances that on that time we will able to reconcile. So in my opinion, I'm so sorry that my internet is working very disturbing. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
You're
Yes,
audible.
sir.
You're
Thank you. In my humble submission, table number 5O, we should not opt for this option. We should fill up the figures as per the respective table. Chartered accountant, if we audit the accounts, if we don't know from where the figure has come in our audit, then justification we will give to our profession. Coming to 9C, changes in table number 12. Table number 12 and 12C is now optional. In my humble submission, we should not opt for this option. We should fill this figure in 12B and 12C, because if you don't know how much of the ITC of the earlier year taken in this year or the ITC of this year, and in that case, we need to give the comment in table number 13. So better to disclose the figure in table number 12B and 12C. Sir, so far I understand in GST at 9C, this was the most toughest table to fill. Breakup of ITC taken in GST as per the expenditure.
Yes.
Now this table is completely optional. If you want to fill, you fill. If you don't want to fill, you don't fill. It is the optional. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
मेसी साहब, ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि फॉर्म में गवर्नमेंट ने इस तरह से सरेंडर किया है कि भाई किसी तरह से फॉर्म को जमा कर दो, ये ऑप्शनल, वो ऑप्शनल, यहाँ भरना है भरो, वहां भरना है भरो, नहीं भरना है मत भरो. ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है सरेंडर से है कि नहीं, अब कम से कम आप लोग फॉर्म को भर दो.
वही helpless situation.
Yes sir. This is my observation on after the notification 56, that the now government want that the form, at least form should be filed, so then we can move ahead.
Yeah.
Coming to the changes in certification portion. First changes, the word true and correct is replaced by the true and fair. Right, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, can anyone tell me who is she?
No need to identify even.
Sir, this will help me out to differentiate between true and fair and true and correct. Someone is saying in chat box.
Yes, Ashish, why don't you tell?
No comments.
Sir, nobody is recognizing her.
Deepika, says Deepika.
Sir, this is the true and correct. And what is true and fair? What is true and fair on the basis of passport and PAN card and other relevant documents submitted before us. She seems to like a Deepika Padukone. Right, sir?
Right.
Cash flow statement is now optional to the extent if cash flow statement is needed under any law, then you have to attach the cash flow statement. Otherwise, no need to fill the cash flow statement under the certification portion. Friends, if you have any question relating to GST at 9 table wise or GST at 9C, please raise your hand and raise your question. Otherwise, I will move to the spillover effect of the GST at 9C. Yes, ma'am, please.
Hey, Linda, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Linda,
Sir, you just
Yes,
said that in table number 14, it is now optional for us to fill the figures. I'm sorry if I didn't hear you properly because of the problem in the internet. Is it optional for us not to fill the ITC figure, or can we leave the whole table blank?
Complete table, madam. Complete table.
Thank you, sir.
Complete table. No need to fill up anything.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You just go through the notification number 56. All relaxation is given in that notification.
Okay, sir.
Now I can move ahead with the
Anybody
spillover
else?
effect.
Yes,
Anybody
sir.
else? Yeah.
Anyone else having any query on kindly?
Now I'm moving ahead with the spillover effect of 1718 in 1819. Right, sir?
Yeah.
सबसे पहले सर इम्पैक्ट क्या आता है जब हमने 1718 का रिटर्न फाइल किया था. सबसे पहले पिकअप कीजिए 1718 का रिटर्न को, उसका पार्ट 5 को एग्जामिन कीजिए. अगर पार्ट 5 के एग्जामिन में कोई फिगर है और या होना चाहिए था आपने नहीं है, इवन दैट केस दैट गिव्स यू लीड टू स्पिल ओवर इफेक्ट. पार्ट 5 का फिगर 1718 का डेटा जो आपने 18 नया हुआ है या आपने फिलअप नहीं किया, बट इट इज नीडेड टू बी फिल अप ओवर देयर, देन यू कैन हैव द स्पिल ओवर इफेक्ट, अदरवाइज नॉट. Now we are considering that there is the spillover effect. Then how you deal with the spillover effect under the GSTR 9 of 1819? There is no specific table in present GSTR 9 relating to the previous year figure till now, and I don't hope that government is going to change the form of GSTR 9 9C for the financial year 1819. 1920 I don't know what will happen in 1920, but till now so far I understand 1819 they are not going to change the form. सर फ्रेंड्स, एक टेक्नोलॉजी है जिससे ये फॉर्म को फिलअप होता है. अपने अगर फॉर्म को सीनियर मेंबर भी यहाँ पे हैं, अगर वर्ड टू वर्ड रीड आउट करते हैं और उसका लीगल इंटरप्रिटेशन को लेते हैं तो वी विल फेल टू फिल अप द फॉर्म. ये फॉर्म एक ही टेक्नोलॉजी से फिलअप होता है, दैट इज द जुगाड़ टेक्नोलॉजी. जुगाड़ टेक्नोलॉजी आपको लगाना पड़ेगा. कोई वहां पर देखिए, आप 1718 के डेटा को 1819 में फिलअप करने को एग्जिस्टिंग फॉर्म को ही अपने हिसाब से उसको ट्विस्ट करना पड़ेगा और उसको लीगल वे में उसको सजाना पड़ेगा कि अपने को रिपोर्ट कहाँ करना है. अदरवाइज तो फॉर्म भी फिलअप नहीं कर पाएंगे अपने लोग जब लास्ट ईयर का फिगर ही नहीं है. तो एम आई राइट महेश साहब? So before we start the technology, what I have told right now regarding the fill up of GSTR 9 on the spillover effect, first we have to understand what are the freeze figure and what are the editable figure in GSTR 9. Output turnover, table number 4, no editable figure, all are the editable figure, no freeze figure, right? Table number 6A, this is the freeze figure, you can't change it. 6A डेटा कहां से फ्लो होके आता है? टेबल नंबर GSTR 3B के टेबल नंबर 4 से. वहां पे ITC जो आपने लिया है 6 से, वहां से फ्लो होके आता है. सेकेंड फ्रीज फिगर है टेबल नंबर 8A, वो 2A से फ्लो होके आता है. नेक्स्ट है टेबल नंबर 9 का पेड पोर्शन. पेड पोर्शन, माइंड इट, देयर इज टू पार्ट इन GSTR 9, टेबल नंबर 9 in GSTR 9, पेड and payable. Payable is editable, whereas paid is not editable, it is the freeze figure. These three figures are the freezed. If you have the freeze figure, then we have to play accordingly. What play we can do? फ्रेंड्स लेट्स टेक ए एग्जांपल, वन बाय वन चलेंगे अपने फ्रेंड्स। अपने जब टैक्स इनकम जीएसटी ऑडिट की बात करते हैं ना, प्लीज रिमेंबर सेक्शन 2 सबसेक्शन 13, it gives you the test what you need to audit, and you believe me friends, GST 99C is based on the revision. Section 2 subsection 13 says you have to examine turnover declared, tax paid. My handwriting is the best in the world, sir. ITC, refund. You have to examine all these 4 portions: turnover declared, tax paid, ITC, and refund. Right, sir? And to assess the compliance of the SSC or the taxpayer in respect of the GST law. This is the crux of the GST audit. Friends, tell me whether GSTR 9 does not run all these 4 heads. Definitely yes. Right, sir? Now coming to the first part of turnover declared, we are talking about the now with the spillover effect. ₹100 का टर्नओवर था, 80 रुपया 17-18 में दिखाया, 20 रुपया 18-19 में दिखाया, ठीक है ना? ये स्पिल ओवर इफेक्ट है, करेक्ट फ्रेंड? Right. Now coming to the 18-19, 200 rupees the turnover, and have reported the entire figure of 200 in 18-19 itself. There is no spillover effect in it. What will happen in the table number 4? Table number 4 is auto populated from GSTR 1. It will take 200 rupees. Perfect?
Yeah.
And tax payable will be as per the 200 rupees. Table number 9, paid portion 220. 20 rupees of this year also it is reflected. Perfect? What we will do in 18-19, T4 200, this is the turnover of 18-19. T9 tax payable 200, paid 220. In 9C, nothing to worry about it. 9C, table number 9, catching the figure of tax paid under the 9Q, it will take 200 rupees. Am I clear, sir?
Yes.
What will happen in table number 9? Once again, I am repeating: payable 200, paid 220. Will be a mismatch of 20 rupees to the extent of excess payment. In 9C, we will give an audit note. Audit note we need to give. What audit note we will give? As because there is no difference in table number 9 of 9C, we need to give the audit note in our audit report. What audit note I will give? In GSTR 9, table number 9, paid by excess represents last year 17-18 form, last year 17-18, table number 10 and table number 14. Am I clear? Any query regarding this tax paid column? Spillover effect on turnover. Do you have any query or am I clear? Then I can move ahead with the RCM. आपने यही किया होंगे ना सर, फ्रेंड्स?
यही कर रहे हैं. यही कर रहे हैं. This is what we are doing.
Right. This is the correct way, I think.
Hello.
now we are coming to the RCM. RCM 17-18 में 100 रुपीज था, हम लोगों ने 80 रुपीज रिपोर्ट किया, 20 पेंडिंग था. इसमें क्या किया आप लोगों ने?
Small query, sir. I have a small query, sir.
First question, what you have done regarding this 20 rupees spillover in 17-18? हाँ sir, please.
I have one query, sir. Sir, suppose
Hello.
you have just told that
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
9C will automatically get this thing reconciled. But what about non-audit cases?
Yes.
What about
Non-audit cases. Yes, coming to that point also. In case GSTR 9, you have filled table number 9 as like this 200, 220, 20 rupees difference. Here is the excess payment of tax payment under the GSTR 9, table number 9. You can intimate to the department or make a note, keep it with you. Whenever the audit team will come, in case you can give this note that this 20 rupees is excess represent with the 17-18, and it can be reconciled with the table number 10 of 7. Am I clear, sir?
Yeah. It's okay.
Sir, I have one more query.
Coming to the RCM. Yes, please, sir. Please.
GSTR 9 gives auto-populated figure from GSTR 1. So we'll need to make amend by reducing 17-18 supplies.
Is he audible, sir? Is he audible?
Please repeat your query. Please repeat your query.
GSTR 9 gives auto-populated figure from GSTR 1 of 18-19. Now we need to reduce 17-18 figures from 18-19 GSTR 1 auto-populated figures.
100% yes, sir. 100% yes.
Then if it is increase, it is different by 20%, then it will give a red flag.
But let it be. But Ashish, please mind it. In GSTR 1 of the 17-18-19, no figure can be reflected in of the 17-18 except B2C supply. Because in case of B2B supply, if you report the figure with the invoice date of 17-18, it will go automatically on the 17-18.
Correct.
Accuracy. You got my point?
Yes, correct.
You, or for the second line of the confirmation, you please refer notification number 74. Please note it down. Notification number 74, 31st December 2018, instruction number 2 and 3. It will clarify you the position of GSTR 1 amendment. You need to report in table number 4 only those figures to the extent you have discharged the tax under the 3B. You got my point?
But we have discharge tax for 18-19 as well in 3B or 17-18 also.
Right. So in case 4B in table number 4, you have discharged the tax in 3B of 17-18 and 18-19.
Correct.
But that does not pertain to the 18-19 itself. And table number 4 is for 18-19.
Okay, got it.
Clear?
Yes.
Can I move for the RCM?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My question was, dear friends, in case of RCM, what we have done, 100 rupees was the total RCM, 80 rupees we have reported in 17-18 and 20 rupees in 18-19. These figures need to be reported in 4G. Ashish, what you have done in 17-18 of the GSTR 9?
80.
You have reported 80.
Correct.
That means you follow the guideline of the CBIC given through the press release of the 3rd July. Right?
Yes.
Under under the press release, the government has said that whatever the RCM you have paid in 17-18, disclose in 17-18 of the 4G, and balance you report in 18-19.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, correct.
This is the one of the mechanism to report the RCM figure. Let us discuss what we will do the spillover figure in case of this type of reporting. In case of this type of reporting, 17-18, 80 rupees is reported in table number 4G. Table number 9, capturing table only rupees 80. Perfect?
Yes.
In 9C, table number 9. Table number 9. 12%, 18%, and RCM. Percentage wise. Perfect? In that case, you have reported this 100 rupees over here also, and differential 20 rupees mismatch. You have given the notes or remarks in table number 10 of 9C that you have followed the press release. Perfectly all right now?
Yes.
Now, what we will do in 18-19? 18-19, 4G.
Sir, your voice is not audible. Not audible.
Now? Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Table number in GSTR 9, table number 4G, current year 220, table number 9, 220, 220 matched. In GSTR 9C, table number 9, this year you will show 20 rupees and payable portion 220. This year minus 20, excess payment.
Correct.
Reverse comment in table number 10. Correct?
Correct.
Now coming to the second option, what we have opt, someone also had opt for this reporting. We have not followed the press release in the financial year 17-18. Then what we have done? We have done 100 rupees, 80 rupees, 4G, 20 rupees, table number 10 and table number 14. Right? 9C, payable figure will come from 9 plus 14. It will match with the 9C, 9Q. Okay. There is no mismatch during this year in 17-18. But in case of 18-19, 4G will be 200 rupees. That is 18-19 figure. Table number 9, 200 paid 220. There is mismatch of 20 rupees. Right? 9C, table number 9, no mismatch because it will carry 200 rupees. It will match. You need to give a comment in your audit report, just like your outward supply. Am I clear, sir?
Yeah.
Now, please raise your query relating to forward charge or reverse charge in respect of outward supply. Otherwise, I will move for the input.
So if RCM has not been paid in the year 2017-18 pertaining to 2017-18, but paid in 2018-19, how to show that effect?
You mean to say in 1718
Yeah.
there was 100 rupees of the RCM. You
Yeah.
get 70 rupees in 1718 and you pay 20 rupees in the 1819, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And how to report in the GSTR 9? This is your
Yeah.
question?
Yes.
Right. Just now I have deal it. I am repeating once again. In GSTR 9, spillover effect, if you follow the press
Circular.
release, means
Press release.
in 1718, no, that was the press release, 3rd July press release.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
1718,
Yeah.
you reported 80 rupees. You recall this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You reported 80 rupees in 4. Table number 9, 80 by 80. This is the 1718 figure.
Yes.
GSTR 9 is okay with this. Coming to 9C, table number 9, percentage wise turnover, percentage wise breakup need to given over there, including RCM. In that case, what you have done, actually 100 rupees reported over here, 80 rupees payable was there, 20 rupees surplus, I mean, to be deposited figure reported here. We have given note in table number 10 of 9C that you have followed the press release. 20 rupees is deposited in 1819 in respect of 1718. This was the actual you have done. Coming to the 1819. For assume turnover that is 20 rupees plus 20 as per your press release. Table number 9, 220 will be the payable and 220 will be the paid. 9C number 9, here will be the 200 rupees, 220 will be the from the table number 9.
Yeah.
20 will be the you give a note in table number 10.
Okay.
Am I clear, sir?
Yeah. Clear. Now clear. Yeah.
Can I move to the ITC?
Yeah.
Now, coming to the ITC portion. ITC 1718, 100 total ITC, 80 rupees reported in 1718 and 20 reported in 1819 of the 3B. What you have done in GSTR 9 in the 1718. In GST, we have reported in part 5, table number 13 and table number 8C of GSTR 9. Right, sir?
Right.
Correspondingly, table number 12C of 9C. This was the entire figure we have reported in these two reforms, GSTR 9 and 9C.
Yeah.
These 20 rupees, how we will deal in 1819? This is the question.
Yes.
Coming to the 1819, table number 6A, 220, 200 is the current year figure and 20 rupees is the previous year figure. We need to fill 6B to 6H. We will fill up with the 200 rupees. This is the one of the idea. We will fill up 200 rupees of the 1819 only. Balance 20 rupees 6M. Now I am telling you what is the benefit of reporting like this. Your 6A will be reconciled with this 220 figure. This 200 will auto flow to the 8B.
Yes.
2A के साथ में reconcile तो करना पड़ेगा ना सर?
हाँ.
तो ये 200 रुपए 8B के साथ जाएगा. जब 8B के साथ 200 रुपया जाएगा तो 8 से मैच कर जाएगा, टेबल ए मेरा ओके हो जाएगा. मेरा GSTR 9 जो है परफेक्ट हो जाएगा. अब इसके चेक डिजिट क्या होंगे? हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं इसका चेक डिजिट क्या होगा? आप GSTR 9 ऑफ GSTR 9 ऑफ 17-18 में देखिए ये फिगर हमने कहाँ रिपोर्ट किया था 13 नंबर में 8C में 9C में कहाँ रिपोर्ट किया था टेबल नंबर 12C में जब 18-19 करेंगे तो ये 20 रुपीज जो था आपका ये रिपोर्ट जाएगा 6M में ये इसके तीनों के साथ में फिगर मैच कर जाएगा और उसके साथ में जब 9C करेंगे तो 12B में जाएगा ठीक है ना 12B क्या बोलता है इनपुट ऑफ द प्रीवियस ईयर टेकन इन द दिस ईयर ये सारे फिगर रिकंसाइल हो जाएंगे और एक सेपरेटली फिगर रिपोर्टेड हो जाएगा
Excuse me, sir. Sir, can you explain once more? Because of the net connection, we can't listen.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Please. Regarding this 6A, na?
Yeah.
Entire ITC. Are you asking about entire ITC, ma'am?
Yeah. You can
Hello.
Go ahead, sir. You can go ahead explaining the entire ITC.
Okay, sure. What we have done in 17-18, 100 rupees, 80 rupees, 20 rupees. This 100 was reported, this 80 was reported in table number 6 and 7. यहाँ कोई इशू नहीं था. ये 20 रुपए स्पिल ओवर का है. ये अपने टेबल नंबर 13 में रिपोर्ट किए थे 17-18 का और 8C में रिपोर्ट किए थे. जब 9C किए थे 12C में रिपोर्ट किए थे. राइट है ये आपका GST 9-9C का 17-18 का फिगर था. अब आते हैं जब आते हैं 18-19 अपने करते हैं 18-19 में 6A में 200 रुपया करंट ईयर का प्लस 20 रुपीज यहाँ पे 220 रुपया दिखाएगा मैम.
Yes, sir.
है ना अपने को 6A का ब्रेकअप भरना पड़ता है 6B to 6H तक.
H.
ठीक है ना यहाँ 6B to 6H में जो ब्रेकअप है इसको 200 रुपया ही फिलअप करेंगे. 6M में 20 रुपीज फिलअप करेंगे.
Under ITC.
Okay.
Please note down 6M. 6M is other ITC.
Other ITC.
This is the residual. If above table is not covered any figure, you can report it here. So since there is no column for 17-18, we are reporting in 7M. 6M. Sorry, 6M. What will be the benefit of reporting 6M in 20 rupees? Your 8 couplet is 200 rupees and 8A will be matched with the 200 rupees. There will no mismatch error in table number 8 of 2A, which is required to be reconciled with the 2A. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, this figure is separately check digit. What will be the check digit? 17-18. 17-18 में ये अपने को रिपोर्ट किया था टेबल नंबर 13, 8C, 12C of 9C. जब 18-19 करेंगे.
Kindly explain in English, sir.
Okay. And 17-18, you will report in table number 13, table number 18, 8C, table number 12C of 9C, and in 18-19, it will shown in 6M, table number 12B. This is the check digit for this 20 rupees. Spillover effect.
And sir, what about the only GSTR 9 non-audit cases? Yes, sir. And yes, sir. Sir, what about the GSTR 9 non-audit cases?
In case of non-audit cases, 6M you have reported in as a ₹20 in GSTR 9. You either drop a letter to your departmental officer, or you please keep the working of that. You need not to go for the department.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you.
So one more thing. So I have one query. See, there are, sir, you might be also aware that there are a lot of school of thoughts, different school of thoughts going on while filling this spillover effect. There is one school of thought which says that don't change the figures, keep it as it is, and then give a note. Will it be feasible, or we'll have to go by this formula?
Sir, this is the second option. I am coming over there.
Okay.
6A 220.
Yeah.
Right. You have given the breakup 6B to 6H as 220.
Yeah.
This 220 will be auto populated into 6B as 220.
Yeah.
Right? You will lose the control in table number 8.
Okay.
You have to give the note for table number 6 and table number 8, both. So in my opinion, first option is much better.
And then there is a third option also which says that you change the figure and write a note.
How can you change 6A, sir? 6A you can't change, na?
But I'm talking about ITC editable output figures. We adjust the output figures and automatically ITC gets adjusted.
Sir, please don't do that. ITC cannot be adjusted with the output figure.
Okay.
Let it be remain output as output and input with the input.
Okay.
Otherwise, while doing the audit, department, how can they will conduct the audit? Where you will report this 20 rupees in the output figure. Where you report this 20 rupees in the output figure.
They said that you give a note, a reconciliatory note, and give it to the department in writing.
Sir, my humble submission is if there is a way that you can minimize your notes, why you will give so many notes and for confuse the other person as well.
Okay.
This is the see, this is the directly related figure. I am repeating this figure. 17, 18, 13, 8, 12C of 9C, 18, 19, 6M equal to 12B. This is the check digit. You can well explain even later on to anyone.
I got your point. I got your point.
Agreed, sir?
Agreed, sir. Agreed.
Now, coming to the reversal portion. 17, 18 credit, reverse in 18, 19. Sir, no effect of this. Because reversal figure does not act the table number 6A. Agreed, sir?
Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Now, coming to the, I have given the slides to Ashish, I think, and the entire discussion we have put it in as a solution. Now, coming to the second issue. Second issue is that in case of spillover of the 2 years, that is 17-18 as well as 19-20 also, what will you do? Repeat the procedure for 17-18, then reflect the figure of 19-20 in part 5 of GST 9. What you have done in 17-18 for 18-19. Simple way. Right, sir?
Right.
Reverse charge I have already discussed. Solution I have discussed. Transitional credit I have. One more point I want to point out. In some of the cases, I have seen that transitional credit is taken in 17-18 is auto-populated in 18-19 also in table number 6A. Please edit that figure, make it 0 if you have not taken the credit of 17-18 of the transitional credit in 18-19. That figure is wrongly auto-populated in the returns. You can edit it, make it 0. Now we can discuss the technical glitches and the probable solution in GST 9. This is my signature topic. I have given so many solutions for this technical glitches and probable solution regarding the GST 9C, what we feel and what we actually face so many times that we have prepared the entire GST 9C. Signature is not working, DSC is not opening, socket DSC socket is not opening, and if the DSC socket is opening, initiate button is not working. So many problems we have faced in filing 9C. I have given the solution one by one. I have bifurcated the technical solution in 2 parts, that is system related DSC solution and form level precaution. What we need to take the precaution while filing the form level. First, we will discuss the DSC issues. Friends, in your PC or laptop, there are so many EM signers. One is income tax, one is MCA, one is GST. In case all three EM signer is loaded in your computer, then GST EM signer will be deactivated once you open the income tax website. So in that case, your signature file will not work. Then what you will do? Go to the right panel of the computer, click the right click and see, this is the icon of the EM signer. Is it visible to all of you? This is the EM signer.
Yes.
Right click on that. You will find an open box like this, hide service, stop services. You stop the services of the all EM signer, including GST, MCA, income tax, and GST. All three EM signer you need to stop. Then go to the EM signer of the GST, right click on that, run as administrator. It will be activated. Solution number 1. You try for signing, it will sign. In case not, then come to the further solutions. Issue 2, Java version must be updated 8, at least 8 or 100.01 above, Excel sheet 2007 and above. My suggestion, please follow Excel sheet 2010, Office 2010 and above. 2007 also creates sometimes problems. Excel sheet micro enabled, it must be, and Internet Explorer 11 or above version of the edges. In case Internet Explorer 11 is installed in your computer, then click on the Internet Explorer icon in the text bar, press the F12, open the developer tool, and in the right side of the developer tool, you will find a figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. Change that figure in the edge. Then click to the cross figure and open the developer tool and follow the instruction given in the web page. Still, your DSC socket is not open. This is the, I think this 127 you have already used in the filing of the GSTR 1. 127.0.01 colon, what is 15.18.5? 15.18.5 is the port code of the EM signer. You see, this is the port code. This is the port code. You need to use this one, this concept. Proceed to safety. Now, in case still your GST DSC is not working, then what will you do? Coming to the next step. Download 9C utility, unzip the utility file, keep the entire folder, all the files together. There are 4 files. 2 is the text file, 1 is the Excel file, and 1 is the WS web file. This WS web file is very important for the signature. So don't move the WS web file from the folder. Like this, it will show. Right, sir? Folder, please take care of this all these things. Folder should be on the same computer where the DSC is affixed. You have kept the folder in your network. Trying your DSC in the network computer, it will not work. It's the DSC, then it will work, otherwise not. Don't copy paste from the other file. Why I am warning you to paste it from the another file? Because there may be a problem with the another file in that form, and it will be create a problem in this new file also. Don't use the special character. Even then, after doing all these things, what we are seeing, we fail to sign. There is an error reflecting in your computer, that is OLE application error. This OLE application error can be rectified. These steps what you have given in the slide in issue number 7. One more resolution for the DSC signature. Go to the Google, download the Notepad++. You use the Notepad++, right? Click the WS web file, HTML. What is WS web file? This file, this one file, WS web file. You open this file, with the right click and edit with the notepad plus plus. Click, you will find an Excel sheet after clicking the right click. Then you will find Control S, then you start your DOM sign. Now you start for the sign. This is the technical issue. Friends, this much I can assure you, if you follow all these 7 issues simultaneously, then there will be no error in filing of the signing in the DSC. All the DSC issues can be resolved by using these steps. Coming to the very well upload system. Now system shows the error. Your GSTR 9C knows of error. What is the error? God knows. Even the portal does not give the proper solution. What is the error? What could be the error? Let us discuss. 5 figure of the GSTR 9 should be the exactly same. 5 figure of the GSTR 9 with the extract of the GSTR 9 should be the exactly same, and single paisa difference between these figures can create an error. What are the 5 figures? I have already discussed with all of you, and these 5 figure can be extracted after filing of return. That you all knows. Friends, मनमोहन जी आप तो 0 से स्टार्ट होते हैं, आपका तो मेंबरशिप नंबर 0 से स्टार्ट है हम लोग के जैसे. Now we can, yes sir, now we can feel proud of ourselves that GST has given us the different privilege that we will not start with the 0.
Yeah.
Membership starting with the 0, they will not accept.
Yeah.
Ignore the 0, fill the 5 digit or 4 digit, is the case maybe, ignoring the 0. As I told, table 14 of the GSTR 9C is completely optional. So please keep it leave blank. Don't fill the partial figure. Otherwise, it will not upload it. Now, issue number 4, PAN number of the auditor should be the same in GSTR 9C. Now you will tell me, it is possible in case of the partnership firm. We have filled so many times. Assistants are using the DSC of the another partner and membership number of the another partner. So please take care. The membership number, whatever you have put in your IC, should be the same with the DSC. Para 5, observation and qualification column. In that there, you must have to give any remarks, either nil, no, Amitabh Bachchan, Sunil Gavaskar, whatever you want, you just write down something in para 5 in observation and qualification. If you leave it nil, blank, it will not be uploaded. Next is fill the data through selecting the drop down wherever is given. In the entire 9C, don't put any figure manually, particularly in the state column. In the state column, there is some field where you can put the manually. Friends, avoid the putting the manually where the drop down selection is there. You use the drop down selection. Right, sir?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am, please.
What happened was a client of mine, instead of claiming the ITC, the ITC allotted to them was actually IGST.
Okay.
And they assume it to be CGST and SGST, and this is how they've been filing the 3B return and the GSTR1 returns. So all through the, throughout for the entire 12 months, they have claimed under ITC and the CGST and SGST. So only at the time of annual filing and this audit we discovered, because that is auto-populated as per 2A, we saw that everything is under IGST. So, and the amount is huge. That ITC is huge, that when if you have to ask them to reverse back, because since there is no adjustment there, and this pertains to 17, 18, and I am still yet to close the file. So how do I proceed? Because see, they have claimed the input under CGST and SGST, but the balance should actually have been claimed under IGST.
I got your question, ma'am. I'm just repeating your question.
Yes, sir.
In financial year 17-18, there was a credit of 1 crore rupees, and this credit was actually C plus S.
Yes, sir.
But your client unfortunately claimed as the IGST.
No, actually it is IGST and client claim as C plus S.
Okay, opposite.
Opposite.
Means 17-18, 1 CR was a total input as credit.
Yes, sir.
Your client has claimed C plus S. Actually, it was IGST.
Yes, sir.
Right? You have not claimed under the IGST.
Yes, sir.
You need to claim under the IGST. And 17-18 credit period is already passed.
Yes, sir. Sir, so this has nothing to do with...
Section 16 subsection 4.
Okay, sir.
You got my point, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Sir,
you
actually...
have not claimed the actual credit.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've claimed actually under the wrong head, which the client has actually claimed under the wrong head. So how do I proceed with the audit? Because, yeah.
That, ma'am. Your client has claimed under the wrong head. Means your client has not claimed the eligible credit and claimed the wrong credit.
Yes, sir.
Department will take department stand will be like this. And your credit was of actual IGST lapsed by the section 16, section 4. The time limit for taking the credit of 17-18 was March 19.
Yes, sir.
So far, I understand it will be clearly a case of the litigation. Department will not allow you to take the credit of the C plus S. They will demand the 1 crore rupees under the head of C plus S. You have wrongly taken the credit and tell you to take and deposit this one, whatever you have wrongly taken the credit. And this credit is lapsed.
Okay, sir. So
this
I
will
also
be the
have...
stand of the department.
Okay. So
Now,
I also have...
Here I want to point out one thing. Sir, I want to point out here one thing. Can we do one thing? Can we take the help of section 77? Wrong credit can be adjusted by paying one thing and then...
Sir, section 17 and section 19 is reflecting to outward supply only, not for the input.
That section cannot be made applicable.
No, sir. IGST section 19, 77 CGST.
Sir, I want to add another...
Only one thing I have in mind.
Yes, sir.
You go by section 126. This is the this much my humble submission. This is the area of litigation, and you can seek the privilege under section 126. 126 may give you the penalty prosecution from the penalty. They will not prosecute the client since you have the wrongly credited and not taken the credit, and only the court can give the favorable judgment on the merit merit of the case. Officer will not allow, so far I understand.
So I also have a
So
case.
how do we go ahead with the audit part? Do we need to recommend payability, liability?
Right. In case of audit part, in table number 6, when we will do the table number 6 of the 17-18, IGST show 1 crore, CGST nil, CGST AGST nil. You need to fill the figure over here only. Here will be the -1 and here will be the plus 0.5, 0.5. Correct?
Sir, I still have a query.
GST 9.
Yes, sir. So can I go ahead and ask the query?
Yes, I am explaining. I'm explaining the just a minute, ma'am. I am explaining the GST 9 first. In case of GST 9, there will be the 1 crore rupees in the IGST column, and 0.5 here is the nil. Table number 6 will be the nil. In case of CS and S, here will be the plus figure, and here will be the -1 figure. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And in the case of 9C, there will be no mismatch. There will no
Yes.
mismatch. There is no separate column for I, C, and S.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
give a audit note.
Yes, I did that actually.
This is the only resort for our as a CA.
Sir,
Now
this is
you
what I
come
actually
to
did
your
actually.
query, ma'am.
Yeah, sir, this was my query. Because see, when
You have already
the
done that, no?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes, sir. So please carry on.
Go ahead.
sir,
No, sir,
but client is actually liable to pay. So as an auditor, we don't need to recommend them or
Yes.
to pay the liability in
Yes,
recommendation
this is
table,
the
I guess.
fact. Definitely yes. Definitely yes.
So we will have to recommend with a note.
And by the giving a note, we have to clarify the position as well.
Okay.
Yes,
we are
we have to give the
qualifying the
note as
report.
well as a recommendation both.
Okay.
Definitely yes. Yes.
No, so one thing, the quantification also has to be done, I think, no?
Yes,
100%,
sir.
sir.
Yes, recommendation.
Qualification without quantification is no effect.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I have
Sir,
another query.
Yes, sir. Next query.
Another query
Yes,
also.
please.
This payment of DRC3, there is a lot of controversy going on whether we can pay by cash, ledger, e-ledger. So what do you suggest here? Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Now you are audible. Yes, please.
So my query is this payment of DRC3. There is a controversy going on whether we can pay by e-ledger, cash, or you can use ITC. So what we should go ahead in our interest as well as in the interest of the client.
Right, sir. In my view, government has given a restriction under notification number 74 that if you file DRC 03 by selecting annual return or audit, then you need to pay by cash only. Right? In case client is smart enough, you have intimate him that this is your liability under 1819 return to the extent of rupees 10 lakhs rupees. What we will do? He will select 17.5 and pay the tax by using ITC.
Okay. That
Before
is
the date of
legally
your
valid.
annual return, and that is legally valid. Section 49 permit you. Section 49 payment of tax permit you to pay from your input tax credit ledger. That is as good as your hard cash.
But there are different school of thoughts, so I wanted you to clarify only.
Sir, I have the strong feeling that government has used their excessive power by putting the restriction under the DRC 03 for buying paying cash. Can you please, sir, give your enlightened on this point that whatever lying in input tax credit ledger is coming as a free. It is as good as I have paid to my vendor and he has deposited the cash to the government. And when the section 49 itself does not bifurcate between the cash and credit, what is the harm with this? सर ये क्रेडिट का फिगर मेरा गिफ्ट में नहीं आया ना?
Right. Clear. Assis, go ahead if you want to ask anything.
Yes, sir. I have one query. Suppose
Yes,
in 1819, I had a liability for reverse charge, but I was not aware of it and I have not paid it. Now it is August, or the time has lapsed.
Please repeat. In 1819, you have a payment of reverse charge.
Correct. I had a reverse charge liability, but I was not aware of it, so I didn't pay it. Now it has come to my light that I should have paid it, but I don't have time because I cannot claim credit.
How do you conclude it, sir, that in case of reverse charge, you have not paid the tax and you can't claim the credit? Under section 16.4, you are thinking?
Yes.
Sir, I have a strong objection on this conclusion by the learned speakers and so many friends that section 16 subsection, sir, if you allow me to explain this topic, and then I will give in detail.
Okay. No problem, sir.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Section 16, subsection 2 start with notwithstanding anything contained in this section.
Yeah, non-obstinate
Section
clause.
16.2 override section
16.4.
16.1, section 16.2, sorry, section 16. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Section 16.2 override all these three sections. Correct? That
Yes.
means if for being the eligible of the credit, I have to comply first section 16.2. And 16.2 under 2 clause C, there is a condition that the cash or credit must flow to the government pocket. If section 16.2 is not complied with, the existence of section 16.4 itself is challengeable. Until unless you do not comply the section 16.4 first, then how can you go under section 16 subsection 4? Number one. Coming to the one more thought, sir, there was a concept of reverse charge in service tax only. There was no concept under the excise, no concept under the VAT law. In Senate credit rule number 4, the first proviso clear said that reverse charge is available only if you discharge the tax. So I have a strong feeling that, sir, this is a litigative matter, no doubt about it. People are thinking about it. That section 16.4 will prevail or section 16.2 will prevail. And I have a strong feeling that court will go in favor of this. And further, in my opinion, government has substantiated my statement by 3rd July press release, where it said that RCM of 17-18, if you paid in 18-19, so in 18-19 itself. That means government has also under impression that 18-19 credit, you are eligible for credit in 19-19 only. Am I clear, Ashish ji?
Sir, in case of an audit, now suppose there was a liability but it was not paid. So do we need to give any note or any recommendation, or we need to leave it as it is?
Friends, Ashish ji, in my view, you have to give the recommendation and as well as notes. And in the interest of the client, what I suggest, in case of 17-18 RCM, you are filing return right now, annual return. You come to know that some RCM liability is left out. Pay in 1920 in 3B of 1920, take the credit of 3B, and in your audit report, give a note for this. If we are recommending the liability for the financial year 17-18 regarding the RCM, however, the taxpayer has discharged his liability of the RCM in 1920 in the month of January 2020 or the June 2020 in 3B, considering that RCM figure.
You are clear, Ashish?
His voice is not audible.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible?
You are not audible, sir. You are not audible.
Am I clear on
You are
this
not
point?
audible. You are not audible, sir.
I reconnected myself once again. And
Yeah,
am I
now you
audible
are
now?
audible. Yeah, now you are audible.
Yes, thank you, sir.
So it means we will have to first ask our client to discharge the reverse
Yes, Ashish ji. Am I clear on this point?
No, sir. So first we'll have to ask our client to discharge the liability and then conclude our audit report.
Right, sir. That is the my position.
Okay. So quantification of quantification in recommendation for reverse charge won't imply liability as litigation for client?
Sir, already it is the case of the litigation since the 1718 RCM is discharging right now. And since there is the two thought of school that 1718, I mean the credit of the 16.2 overrides 16.4 and one thought is 16.4 overrides 16.2. The time limit already expired. So since it is a litigative matter, so before the filing and the fighting for the litigation, we must prepare the our ground also, no?
So we need to include in our note that we are going with 16.2.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have one important thing. I have one important query. I want your take on it. Suppose for 1718 or 1819, there is a huge amount of ITC which was not claimed by mistake. Now, can I file my 3B now and take credit claiming benefit of section 16.2 since it doesn't prescribe any time limit for ITC? Can that be done?
I agree with your point, sir. You see, if you read out the section 16 subsection 2, there is a so many notices department has given to the so many taxpayers that return of 1819 March credit, March month, you filed in December 19, reverse the credit.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we need to examine the section 16 subsection 2. It talks about the eligibility of the credit. Eligibility and availment. Eligibility means passing the entry in your books of accounts is the eligibility, and availment means taking the credit in 3B.
Yeah.
There is no restriction under section 16 for this availment.
Yeah.
So all matter, but in my view, if the credit already taken in the books of accounts, then you are well eligible and complied with the section 16 subsection 2. You can take the credit is 3B of if your 3B must be pending for that period. If 3B is not pending, then 16.4 will come under the picture.
Okay.
Am I clear, sir?
No, sir, but my point is, since 16.2 doesn't lay down any prescribed time limit.
Hello.
Am I audible, sir?
16.4 has the time limit. Yes, you are audible. 16.4 has the time limit, not in 16.2.
But then 16.2 is overriding all the sections regarding ITC because it starts with notwithstanding clause. That's my point.
100%.
So then, if there is no time limit, where is the bar in taking those credit right now?
I agree with you.
Okay. When it's okay. Thank you.
I picked out the entire 16. Sir, entire section 16 we have to read out in the conjoined reading. We have to read section 16.1, section 16.2, since it is the not vouch, section 16.3 and section 16.4. If this master section you have complied with, that means you have received the goods, you have the bill, and you have paid tax to the government, and you have filed the return. Then only 16.2 is complied with. And once it is complied with, then 16.4 comes under the picture. In case March 19 credit, you have filed the return of March 19. In the month of June 19 itself, then the credit of March pending credit you can't take after the September credit return. In the December month you can't take. Then only 16.4 will come under the picture. Since you have complied the 16.2.
Okay, so clear, sir. Clear.
Agreed, sir?
Yeah, agreed. Lina, you are asking for suggestion of books from sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, recommend some material for GST.
Madam, recommend follow the Act, CBIC site, notifications, circulars, and especially flyers and Twitters, WhatsApp. All these are recommended for the study of the GST. I personally follow this book.
Yeah, I think we all have that.
Thus, this is the sufficient. And then follow the CBIC website on regular basis and flyers, FAQ, all this.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.
Any query
I have
from
a doubt,
anybody?
sir. Yes, sir.
Come.
Yes, please. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you unmute yourself.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah.
Audible, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Visible and
Sir,
audible both.
Yes. So what is the status of late fees of GSTR 9 of 17-18? In one of the council meeting, it was decided to waive the late fees, but no notification is there, as I understand.
Till now, no notification is there. They will charge.
Okay, once notification is out, they won't charge. Is it?
And friend, more thing, even the notification is there, pray for the GSTN portal. They incorporate the notification in the portal itself. Otherwise, they will continue to charge.
Okay.
Just one more thing regarding this interest on gross and net amount. The council meeting is there, but till now no notification has been issued. So what should be the status now?
But do you feel that Act itself says about the charging of gross interest?
I cannot say anything, sir.
Sir, my humble submission, there is nothing in GST law where it says that you have to charge the interest on the gross amount.
Okay.
This is the lengthy discussion. If you have the time, then I can go ahead. I don't have any problem. Otherwise, we can cut short in a single word that the case-apt judgment from the Madras court has given the judgment in favor of the SSC, and NR Steel in Patna court was also given the judgment in the favor of the SSC. There is nothing in GST law which says that you charge in the gross.
Okay.
Even right now, even after the amendment. And in my view, amendment will give another chance for the litigation that in case of 74 proceeding, you have to pay the gross amount.
Oh.
Mr. Ji, there is a Supreme Court. There was a judgment of Supreme Court Indo-Swift Laboratory in the era of GST, in the era of the service tax. Although that is against of the SSC, but government later on changed their own law to give the benefit to the SSC. Interest is always in the nature of the compensation. If my input tax credit is lying with the government pocket, what extra benefit I am getting out of that? So interest cannot be charged on the gross amount. Something which is already gone to the pocket of the government, the benefit must given to us. We are not demanding the interest on the balance lying with the electronic credit ledger, but please don't charge the interest on the amount which is already given to you. Number one. And number two, I am giving one more clue to the friends. You go through Rule 61, Sub-Rule 5. And along with instruction number 11 and instruction number 12. If you remember in GSTR 3, there was the provision of filing of your return without paying the tax.
Yeah, originally. Yeah.
Instruction 11 and instruction 12. It says that if your part A, department will give you, part B, you will fill up, and without paying the entire tax, you can file your return. And in case you have filed your return without paying the tax, then it will be a defective return under section 2 by section 117. And once you fill up the part B by filing the balance tax amount, it will be a valid return. The option is not given in 3B. You have taken away my right. Number one. Number two, under section 50, this is the principal section for the charging of the interest.
Yes.
Section 50 subsection 1 says that in case of tax outstanding part or thereof, the word used there is part or thereof. What do you mean by part thereof? Is there any option to pay tax right now partially? No.
No.
Then entire section is amended. You if no procedure is there, entire section is amended. You can't charge tax on gross amount. In fact, if you go by line, then even 18% or whatever tax you are paying as a 9%, that can also be challenges before the court of the law, because taking it out for you, sir. The interest under subsection 1 shall be calculated in such manner as may be prescribed from the day succeeding the day on which such tax was due to be paid. Is there any prescription given under the rule?
No.
There is no rule for interest. If no procedure is there, how can you take interest from us? Even in the net figure. There is a judgment of the Supreme Court, Ganga Saran. If no procedure is there, no tax can be collected. If Act mandate you to give the procedure.
Right. Okay, sir. Got it.
सर इंटरेस्ट पे और जितना बोलिएगा उतना बोल पाऊंगा इंटरेस्ट पे बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स हैं बट वी हैव टू लिमिट आवर डिस्कशन and
this is the first we want to hear more and more from you.
I want to take if there is
in subsequent sessions also we want to hear from you, na?
Definitely, yes.
Anybody else has any
I
question?
will be there, sir. I will.
Anybody has question?
Sir, one last question I have. Suppose my vendors are not uploading my invoices because they are mistakenly transferring it to business to consumer instead of business to business. Technically, I am not eligible, as GST department said that I should claim only as far as 2A mentions. But considering 16.2, am I eligible to claim that and I go for litigation, or I am totally not eligible?
Sir, 200% you are eligible. Section 16 subsection 2 does not mandate GSTR 2A.
Correct.
Number one. Number two, matching concept was supposed to be given by the government themselves. They failed to take the GSTR 2 and GSTR 3. Janji, you please go through the every notification of GSTR 1 in which they are giving the due date for filing of the GSTR 1.
Yeah.
Have you ever have you ever noticed two things in this notification? Number one, due date is 11. Why 11? Why not 10? Only 1 day extension in every GSTR 1. Have you ever noticed this thing?
Yes.
You go through rule 61 sub rule 5. It says that GSTR 1 government can notify the 3B only if date of the GSTR 1 is extended. That's why they have extended by 1 day. Later on, they have amended the rule as well, 61.5, and what is replaced by or. But still, they are giving 1 day benefit to all of us. Number one. Number two, whenever GSTR 1 is notified for the due dates, you see there is one more clarification just below the GSTR 1 that under section 38, GSTR 2 date will be notified. They never said GSTR 2 we are not going to take. So the liability is still with them to reconcile their account, intimate us, give us the notification, intimation that your GSTR 3B is not matching with the GSTR 2. Follow your vendor, upload the returns. That is there. 2A is not the test for denying your credit.
But what if vendor total doesn't upload at all? Even after follow-ups, vendor doesn't upload.
That means his vendor is fake or vendor
No,
is not
vendor is
depositing the tax.
uploaded and is denying to amend it. Amend from B2C to B2B.
Let it be. Obtain a declaration from his side. If he is denied to that, you complain to his jurisdictional commissioner. This will give you another strength to your case. You can complain to his jurisdictional commissioner that I have the valid invoice. He is not uploading in GST 1.
Okay.
So now I think we are coming to an end of this very interesting session. And today we had, before we go for formal vote of thanks, I personally I'm extremely thankful to our learned speaker, Sri Banka ji, for having enlightened us on 9 and 9C. A lot of aspects have been cleared, lot of tricks have been given to us, and above all, we are now a bit, not only a bit, I should say, much more confident in filing 9 and 9C now. Thank you, Banka ji. Now I request our lady members, Linda, to
thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
To Linda to kindly offer the formal vote of thanks.
Dear CA friends, it is my privilege to present a vote of thanks on behalf of the study, on behalf of Imphal study chapter. Though Ranjeet sir has already left, but I would like to thank him for sparing his valuable time and throwing a light on the do's and don'ts that has to be followed by each one of us. This session is an eye-opener for all of us, and it will help us abide by the code of ethics laid down by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Next, I would like to thank CA Vikash Kumar Banka for investing his time and imparting his GST knowledge with us. This brainstorming session will help us crack the numerous complications that we've been facing during the time of application of this act. Sir, we still feel the need to learn a lot more, and therefore we look forward to interact more with you in future. Next, I would like to thank CA Khetrimim Punjabi Singh, a senior member of the profession and also the chairperson of this event. You have been a source and strength and inspiration for all of us. I would also like to thank CA Manmohan Kumar Maheshwari, convener, and Ashish Jain, Deputy Convener of Imphal Study Chapter, for their efforts in making this event an achievement. And yes, congratulations to all the members of Imphal Study Chapter for a fantabulous start. With coordination and unity, we can have more sessions in the coming days. And last not the least, I thank all the esteemed members, and the participants of today's event. Stay safe and goodbye.
Thank you, Linda, for your vote of thanks. Before we close, I thank each one of you for your active participation, our speakers for having shared their valuable time and experience with us. We look forward to meeting you again, sir. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Good night. Namaskar. We close here for the day.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Right, good night.